Welcome to the second day of the Swiss stage of the Clash Masters Gold. I'm Carbon, joined here with Itsu, ready to bring you some incredible matches. Itsu, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I mean, today we are going to have some really intense matches. Teams are fighting for their tournament lives and teams are fighting for getting to the next stage. But stage is a really good keyword because I think we should take a look at the tournament format overview and see where the teams are right now in this tournament, because we are still far from giving away the prizes in the end. All of this started with open qualifiers, 2 of them. Everyone could join, and overall, out of those 2 open qualifiers, we had 16 teams getting to the Swiss stage. This is where we are right now on this weekend, where every team has to get 3 wins. If they get 3 wins, they're in the playoffs. If they cannot get those 3 wins, they cannot make it to this stage, because only 8 teams make it to the playoff stage. And in the end, that's where all of the prize money is and the golden ticket, right, Corbin?
Absolutely. They're trying to get that golden ticket with a $50,000 prize pool, and first place taking home $18,000. And what is a golden ticket? If this is the first time you're ever hearing about it in Clash of Clans, well, that gives you the access to playing in the Clash of Clans World Championship later this year to compete with the top 8 teams in the world. There's only been 3 golden tickets given out this year so far. This is the 4th one right now, and then there'll be 4 given away all at once later on in the Clash of Clans in-game. So that's where you can compete, where these teams are here in the Swiss stage, like you mentioned, trying to get to the playoffs, which is next weekend. And I cannot wait to see what we've got, because we've got incredible matches to come here today.
That's right. Let's take a look at the bracket and what we had already happening yesterday and what is going to happen today, because we are on this Swiss stage and you can see already quite a few matches have been played. We have already our first 2 teams making their way towards the playoffs, which is Strut and Reported Gaming. 2 teams already left us yesterday, but today you can see there is so many good matches in the 2 win and 1 loss group, and as well in the 1 win and 2 loss group. And I think, Corin, there's many matches to go, many exciting finishes and stars to collect.
Absolutely, because today we are going to be covering the very first match. Is going to be ClashMSTRS taking on Inquisition. That's going to be the first one. If you want to watch any of the other matchups, they're going to be covered by many of the community streamers within the different platforms. So make sure you definitely check it out and show your support, and maybe have a bunch of different streams up watching the different matches, because you do not want to miss them. And if you're curious, how does really the Swiss stage work? You're seeing some teams moving on, some teams not there anymore. Well, it's all about the number 3. You're trying to get 3 wins. You get them, you move on. Strut and Repot, like you mentioned, don't have to play today because they went 3-0. But if you get 3 losses on the other end, you are eliminated. You won't make it to the playoff stage. But this matchup, Clash Champs versus, we've got Inquisition, Itsu. This one is going to be a heavyweight, going back and forth. And will Clash Champs defenses be able to reign supreme, or will Inquisition, who defeated Tribe to get to this point, will they take out Clash Champs? What's your thought on this next matchup here, Itsu?
Yeah, I think before the start of this Swiss stage, everyone would have said, okay, Clash Champs is the clear favorite, but Inquisition, in the end, getting to this stage with beating Tribe Gaming, another team which already has gotten a golden ticket. So they are, well, here to play, and they're going to make the life as hard as possible for Clash Champs, and they will have to fight for this win, because remember, whoever is going to win this match is going to be in the playoffs next weekend. Whoever is going to lose has still 1 more chance, but I mean, you always will prefer taking your chance right now. But let's take a look at the first roster of our first matchup. I think it's going to be Clash Champs with a really, really stacked lineup. Some of the best players in the community all lined up in one team. Corbin, this is going to be a really scary team to face.
Absolutely. This team is a really strong team. They're going to be coming in with 3 stars left and right. The only way to keep pace is to be bringing your own 3 stars, because not only do they put up an incredible high score, but their defenses are one of the most renowned. So many people copy the bases that they build and use to help defend. And it's, it's pretty funny because sometimes a lot of the other pro teams may copy these pro bases. They're like, wait a second, that's the Clash Champs base. We've seen it, and they may have tons of experience going up against it, but sometimes they could move some traps or rotate or different things to kind of mess up the opponent, so it's not exactly the same. But now their opponent, Inquisition, let's take a look at their roster, who they are going to be facing, and another really strong group here, Itsu.
Yeah, that's right. It's the German powerhouse team right here. We have quite a few really, really strong players in this one. And I think they have a really big variety of attacks, which they typically do. Einstein, for example, with the Queen Charge Ladder, which is really his signature strategy. So let's see if Clash Champs, as you said it, have prepared their bases against those strategies. Or, well, if Inquisition can beat another contender for the golden ticket with already beating Tribe Gaming earlier in this exact tournament.
Yeah, it's going to be the question mark. We have a bunch of different teams and not many spots left. 2 of them have been taken up by Strut and Repotted Gaming. They're just relaxing now, be able to watch all these matches. And the next match is going to be coming very soon, so you don't want to go anywhere. And next weekend in the playoffs is going to be when it really starts to get nervous. They're nervous obviously now, but that's where the prize pool comes in. So they want to make it to that stage. But Itsu, if we think about yesterday, a couple different attacks that we had in terms of, if we summarize it, we know number one, the Super Dragons, they weren't as strong. They weren't working at all with the recall. The lightning spell was working. And the one surprising attack that was really coming in, and I was shocked, was that 40 Super Barbarian attack, which worked, which we saw Kingsman of MS Esports coming away with the 3-star. What do you think we may see here today? Any differences with these teams, or do you think it may be something similar?
I think we're going to see something similar. Overall, the Super Archer Blimp is still a really, really strong tool. And I mean, the pros are showing it that the combination with the Super Barbarians after that is just one of the strongest, if not the strongest combination for a Super Archer Blimp. I know a lot of people in like Legends and so on are still playing it with like Electro Titans, for example. But Electro Titans, well, they're going down quite fast if you don't have like a rage to rage up healers or something to keep them alive, especially versus defense like the Monolith, for example. So the Super Barbarians just on their own are just such an incredible good supportive tool for your heroes in that specific attack that I think we're going to see it quite a bit. But especially in this match, I would expect a lot of LaLo. I think both teams are really good with their LaLo attacks, and especially Clash Champs to me is like known for being one of the best LaLo teams out there when it comes down to being creative with hero dives, with queen charges. I think this is really why they're at the top and why they are considered being one of the golden ticket favorites with how good they are with this specific strategy.
Yeah, and they come in and win many tournaments with dominating with these strategies indeed. And the LaLo is one of the strongest and continues to be the strongest attacks, the metas in the game from every town hall. And these pro players know exactly how to execute it. And of course, we saw a couple Skelly donuts. You can pair that in with the LaLo, or you can go in with the hogs, which we were seeing some super hogs coming in the mix. And I know you wanted to see maybe some super bowlers coming in because you were mentioning you really enjoyed the smash attacks. Maybe we see that here. Maybe we see some Electro Titans, some super bowlers using those jump spells, jumping right up on in. If there's any attack you would love to see that maybe you haven't seen yesterday or you haven't seen it in a while, is there anything that comes to mind?
I think actually because I have tried it yesterday, Blizzard. I think it's super underrated because it's like this mind game of no one really is defending it. I tried it yesterday in Legends, and I mean, I was surprised. I was shocked actually in how good it worked because no one really puts any giant bombs more in front of the town hall. everything is behind the tunnel because that's where typically the Super Archer blimp is flying. And then the next strategy, which everyone is using, that's right, it's the Hog Riders. And what is good against it? Spring traps and giant bombs against. So all of those traps are typically on the opposite side of the base where you normally do not blizzard. So let's see if teams might just throw that in there. But for now, we have Inquisition starting things off with a recall charge. Exactly that what I was talking about yesterday. The recall spell kind of replacing the lightnings, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to charge with your queen a certain area of the base, which is faster than a warden walk, so it's less likely to time fail a lot of times.
Yeah, as we see the Flame Flinger down to the bottom side with that queen as well, trying to charge in towards this scatter shot. Gonna take his time. The town hall is pretty far away. And we do have the Electro Titans and one jump spell as we are going to move our way through. The defensive rage is going off as the queen needs to make his way potentially up towards the enemy world champion.
Yes, that's right. And as soon as there's too much damage on that queen, that's where the recall spell is coming in. And we have that Flame Flinger doing an incredible job of funneling this bottom side. And now it's all about those Electro Titans pushing into that eagle compartment, and then with this one jump, that's the key thing, you can get access towards the town hall without having to invest anything else. I'm a little bit surprised that he's adding the king into the mix as well. I would have thought that he would use maybe the king on the outside to make sure that time is less a big factor, because remember, if you put everything together in one place, yes, it's stronger right there, the push, but this means you need something else to clean things up.
With the Warden ability going off as he's going into this town hall, this queen needs to continue her. She's getting stuck on some of these skeletons, but she's able going to take out that scatter shot with the Electro Titan and the Yeti. Now out of that Flame Flinger going around to the right side, but we have a lot of the Electro Titans now taking the jump up to the top side, which is actually not too bad because the queen, she's going to go straight for the town hall and she can help secure that.
Yeah, using now the freeze to delay the damage coming from that town hall. He's using the queen ability now anyway, so I'm surprised that he actually used the freeze and the queen ability. I would have thought that he tries to delay it with that a little bit. But with now the Electro Titan just swarming this backhand. But 30 seconds, Carmen. Do you think time is going to be enough with this Expo and the king being alive?
Well, we do have the invis here, which does he want to make the king invisible, or is he just going to go right through it? Looks like he's just going to go right through it with 20 seconds left. I think he's got enough time. The Yeti splits, which is going to help so much right there with only about 10 seconds left.
Oh no, time is ticking, but the Titans are here and the buildings are down. And Inquisition are starting things off with a 3-star, exactly what they were hoping for and exactly how they finished their day yesterday with winning versus Triumph Gaming, and they're keeping with this 3-star way. Really great attack, really nicely done, and it's really showing off that those recall charges combined with smash attacks are just so incredibly strong.
Yep, they are incredibly strong as well. What a great way to kick this one off here in this match. Taking down a Clash Champ space for a 3-star. They could kind of keep that or start off with that momentum. And that's where a lot of the times is the momentum in these matches helps carry you through. And that was a really solid and strong attack to take that town hall down and enter from the complete opposite side. You know, when you enter from the opposite side of the base, it's very risky, where you could result in a 1-star, but that one just seemed like it was so strong throughout the whole attack, and you know, getting all the value with recall to bringing the queen back, to centering back down with the jump spell all the way to the town hall. Those Electro Titans, you know, you go into those skeleton trap farms, those areas with a ton of them, it won't even matter. They make it look so easy.
Yeah, it's always the most satisfying thing, having to encounter a defending Lava Hound with those Electro Titans. It is so cool, seeing the Hound explode within seconds and all of the pops are gone right away. But we have the next attack in, and we were talking about it, LaLo for Clash Champs, one of their strongest tools. And, well, we are going to hopefully see in just a second the attack as everything so far is happening on the far right side. hero dive, it seems like, with the log launcher to get into this scattershot compartment. And I'm not sure what's going on right now.
Yeah, as the defensive rage does go off, we have a log launcher that is skipping across through the scatter shot, and the queen is stepping right on through. Is she going to follow into the core of this base? Pulling out some archers, the rocket loons, super minions as well. Taking his time, this queen. Oh, the queen's ability is forced here.
Yeah, queen ability is forced. The super minions are trying their best to deal some more damage, but it's all about now this Electro Titan trying to take down the scatter shot. That would be huge for the LaLo for later stages, with the king ability now forced as well. As he's approaching the tester farm, we have a rage tower behind that town hall going off. But I think it's going to, well, be a little bit too early, and the Inferno towers are not going to be raged up anymore when the loons are getting there.
Yeah, those loons are making their way, but he does have the War Internal Tome. Here comes that Hound. He finds the Tornado Trap, pops the ability through the Town Hall explosion, and now he needs to make his way all the way to the backside, but this poison... Oh, there's the heal spell to bring these balloons back up, but is it going to be enough through a double multi-tower Inferno?
Oh, and the first multi-Inferno tower is actually getting skipped by those loons. It's staying alive, and now as the loons are leaving that heal spell, they are dropping like flies, and there's still a lot on the backhand. With this one scatter shot being alive, it's a lot of damage versus those loons, and they are going down in the end. So the first defense coming in for Inquisition, and they are looking strong with this start. It's always about performing on offense, but as well getting those defenses in, and then the first couple of attacks can really set up the tone of those matches. And Inquisition had a dream start into this one.
Yeah, that was a great way to start for Inquisition, as it is a 3-star and a defense for them. And unfortunately, P. Castro not able to get all the value, like you were talking about, that scatter shot not going down. The log launcher did get a lot of that core, but unfortunately the Electro Titan wasn't able to continue its way down south, and falling short there. So Clash Champs do get a 2-star right there, but that all those red air bombs, tornado traps, spinning up those balloons near that town hall, costed him to be able to continue that push around the backside. So can Inquisition continue to bring the 3 stars? And if they do, and if they win this match, it would push Clash Champs down to the, I believe it would be the 2-2 matchups. And then they could still be at the brink of elimination, where you need, if you get 3 losses, you are out. If you get the 3 wins, you do advance.
Yeah, like whichever team loses in this one, like would need to lose another match to be out. So they're still in a good position overall. But well, we have seen this happening in the past, that a team is starting off strong into the Swiss stage and then dropping out quite quick. And now we have the Queen Charge LaLo I talked about earlier from Einstein, with the party wizards as the cleanup. We have talked about that yesterday already as well, that the party wizards are pretty much just straight up better regular wizards. They are doing more damage. Yes, they have less hit points, but in pretty much every single situation, it is like not really relevant, because giant bombs take them out anyways. Mortar shots take them out anyway, so there's only the bonus of being a quicker cleanup troop, and well, maybe that could be the difference in this one.
It can, maybe, because we saw that could have been the difference in some other attacks the previous day, as the Queen is charging right on through this defensive king. We will have the Grand Warden soon. Drops that rage for this Queen now, as that Flame Flinger is continuing towards this top side, and looks like the Queen is pathing directly into this town hall.
Yes, directly into the town hall, but it's now coming down to nice poison tower. Really nice to trade that poison tower, but now it's all about where's that Queen going next. And with that Warden dealing just so much damage on defense, the freeze is forced, and every spell which is invested now is something which might be missing. As this LaLo is approaching the 3 raged up multi-inferno towers in the core. Take a look at that. There's 3 raged up inferno towers, and he really has to make sure that he's at least taking down one of them.
Oh, that wall break does not work there. Unfortunately, the poison of that Town Hall slowed the super wall breaker down too much as he needs to try to wall. Oh, and the queen is gone there. The king does come back to life with the Phoenix, but no more queen. She was supposed to charge her way all the way into that core, possibly even getting the expos and all the multis. And now LaLo is coming to the left side with a wooden village to try to protect all the balloons just like that. But like you said, 3 multis all raised up at the same time.
And there's the tornado trap in between. So if you think it cannot get any worse, it is a tornado trap right in between the Inferno Towers. All of those students are gone. And Inquisition, the big lead, which they have gotten in the beginning, might be gone if ClashMs raised out their next attack. We're seeing this in this match, which is, well, easier said than done. But, well, now it's all about the percentage which he might be able to increase step by step on this.
Yeah, with the RC ability, skipping across there, trying to get as much percentage as possible. With the minions off to the left, trying to get some more buildings, but unfortunately, way too much stuff is up. The queen was supposed to continue her charge through the town hall, wall breaking all the way into the multis, and have the LaLo just fly around to the bottom side. The queen was responsible for taking out the raged up multis in the core, so the balloons did not have to go there. But still, a great effort there. And unfortunately, that queen could not stay alive. Now, a combination of the CC rocket loons could definitely be playing a role there. They come out so fast, you're not able to react, but great effort there. But now ClashMS, the opportunity is open for them to get that 3-star.
Yeah, and I think we're seeing quite a few of those clan castles which are specifically designed to mess up those queen charges with the rocket loons. I think in a lot of other strategies, the rocket loons are not as useful, I would say, on the defense. But as I said, when they're coming out of the clan castles so quick and can deliver quite a bit of burst damage to a queen charge like that, this is always where the attacker has to do like a super quick reaction, which is not as easy. We see the next attack, and this is no LaLo. Instead, we see the super minion Blim delivering some of those troops towards the town hall and taking down buildings left and right. And it's an Inferno Dragon follow-up.
And he activates the tornado trap and takes out the defensive king, which is really nice because now the Inferno Dragons will not get stuck on that king and slow them down, so they can move their way quicker through this space. And he did use a clone spell, which means now he's going to have extra spell support for these Inferno Dragons.
Yes, that's right. Quite a bit of spell supporting. He could use that to distract that monolith, and that's exactly what he does with the skeleton spells. This is what you like to see with the skeleton spells, distracting those heavy hitting defenses like the scatter shot on this bottom side, like the monolith inside that core, and the vulnerability covering perfectly as he's approaching the clan castle inside this base. And at this point, the biggest threat now is going to be the Rage Tower on the back end, raising up not one, but 2 expos, an Inferno Tower, and a Scatter Shot.
You got so many Inferno Dragons alive, still in the core, and the World Champion has not even been deployed. This is looking crushed here with the skeletons distracting. The biggest threat is just the defensive raised up scatter and the multi-tower Inferno. But that king ability just goes off. Queen's got her ability. And one Invis spell to utilize, as the RC probably could come in from the top side. Or is he even going to use the World Champion? I mean, I would expect him to, because you would want to take the buildings down as quick as possible, because you never know if it comes down to time.
That's right. Always make sure that you attack as quick as possible, but this is not even close. Really nicely done. ClashMS with the 3-star back in the lead, I think, based on percentage, and that's exactly where they want to be. 3-star is in, and Inferno Dragons, I think that is a strategy which we have seen yesterday quite a bit as well, and surprisingly successful.
Yeah, it was pretty successful, and it is here right now with the mass Inferno Dragons getting it done. The Super Minion Blimp grabbing the Town Hall, the multi-target Inferno, activated the Tornado Trap, and taking out the defensive king was really valuable to help set up that funnel. With that town hall going down up top, the heroes coming to the left side allowed those Inferno Dragons just to move directly right on through the base, and those skeleton spells were placed perfectly to distract those defenses. And what a strong attack. The answer indeed. And now you can see we have Clash Champs not only tied this one up on stars, but took the percentage lead here.
That's right, percentage lead for now on the Clash Champs side, but we have seen switching percentage leads quite a bit over the last day, and so nothing is set in stone, and especially that early into the match, anything can happen. We have just seen just small mistake taking down the queen where you're not paying attention for a couple of seconds. So that can always happen again or happen to the other team, but Inquisition is up next. And if they want to make sure that it's staying close, they need to get either a high percentage or would be perfect a 3-star for them. And this would then give them a really good chance of pressuring Clash Champs with their next attack, because it's always about this back and forth, this pressure game kind of in between the two teams of not allowing any time to relax for the other team. And we're seeing Super Barbarians, but not with his Super Archibald, just for funneling. And Carbon is the combination of Doom. It's the cursed combination. It's Super Dragons and a Recall spell.
It is the Super Dragons, not with some lightning spells, but the recall here. As the Yeti is used up top a little bit higher, we got this queen trying to charge her way to that town hall. And are we seeing the queen trying to grab the town hall? It looks like she may just go into the scatter shot here. And will he recall this queen back here? When is he going to pull her back? There it is. Oh, I think a healer did get hit there.
Yeah, I think that has to be like a millisecond where the healer got hit or not, as you can avoid traps with recalling your troops out of them. So like a giant bomb or like a black mine, if you recall quick enough, your troops are not going to take any damage. On this one though, he wants to come with the Super Dragons, not into the town hall, but instead at the flank of the town hall with blimping that town hall. But I think for his attack, this Bitter Hut would have been quite nice, because it would be would mess up the pathing for the Super Dragons towards the tunnel, because he does not want them to go there. And that's now the question: is the Bitter Hut luring them into the wrong direction or not?
Nope. We got the archers that come out here, which can help pull the Super Dragons more into the core. As the town hall is frozen, balloons are looking to take it down. He does invest the rage, and no, the town hall just barely goes down from the Dragon Rider as he freezes up that monolith. Super Dragons are trying to continue their way in the core, but the whole core is being raged up on the defensive side and crushing through the Super Dragons. But did they get enough to allow his heroes now to finish this off?
I mean, there's 2 expos left. There's literally nearly 0 spells left in this one, and he's now starting things off with the king on the complete opposite side. He has to use the royal champ for the core, I think, but at the same time he has to support his heroes. The queen ability, king ability, and royal champ ability, as soon as he is placing her, are still left on the table. But is it going to be enough? No headhunter for the defending queen though.
Yeah, we do have the abilities of these heroes, as the king's ability goes off right now. The Royal Champion does target into that core multi-target Inferno. Only 25 seconds left in this raid here as he continues his way around, but he's got nothing to clear that core clan castle. He's gonna have to go through walls. The Royal Champion will have to go all the way around and then come back for it, as time is not on his side here.
Yes, I mean, that's always what you expect when you're using a curse strategy. I mean, I just cannot recommend this strategy to anyone out there. It is still, for me, like for every match which I have seen on a 0% hit rate, the combination of a queen charge recall with the Super Dragons, it is just, I don't know, like pretty much the biggest flop of the history. It's not working at all, and it seems like that we're not seeing any triples of it with it today. Or maybe it's going to change in the later matches, but at least for now, it's staying on the 0% success rate.
Well, it looks like we just haven't found the team that has mastered it yet, right? We've seen a bunch of teams attempting it, but no team has found the perfect recipe for success of using the recall. We've seen teams using lightning spells with it, and it's working a lot stronger, but this version of it with the recall and the super dragons, just not the same. Maybe if we do a recall but no queen charge and it's just kind of getting the value with the heroes, that could be different. I don't know. But unfortunately, this version of it with the healers and recalling the queen charge is just not working for these players across the different teams. So it's not just like one team's trying it and failing. Many teams are trying it and none are working here. So let's see now if another queen charge recall attack can work, but it's not super dragons. It's the hogs with a few super hogs in here.
Yes, and Super Hogs on the other side were, I think, are right now one of the most successful troops in the game when it comes down to 3-star and when watching those top teams. So let's see if Leo is getting his queen exactly walking into the direction where he wants it to go. He has to be careful though. As soon as this rage tower is going off, oh, he lost the queen ability, right? I think I heard the queen ability go off.
I think so too. I feel like it did go off. He was trying to just play with fire right there. And let's see. When he redeploys that queen, will the ability be there or will it be gone? Uh-oh.
I mean, it's still like good for him that he has not lost the queen overall, I guess. But yeah, losing the queen ability early on is always a tricky thing to happen. He has not really deployed her just yet, so time is ticking for him. And those recall charges are typically always really close on time. Now he has redeployed the queen, and Carbon, you're right, there is no ability left anymore. And this queen right now is really close to going down.
Yeah, unfortunately, no queen ability, and a headhunter is just sneaking in there, gonna hit this queen, slowing her down. He drops the poison to help take out these pups, but no ability. When this queen charges in towards the Monolith, he's going to have to invest freezes, skeleton spells to distract it. But this is going to be so much to have to push through with no ability to help be on the safe side. As now we got balloons going in for the Archer Tower, and the Flame Flinger is still going to the left side, take out the scatter. Are we going to see hogs coming across the left to try to force that queen to the town hall? And then it looks like that's the case here.
The plan is genius, if we're completely honest. I mean, this, like, 2 scatter shots already have been taken care of, but he has to control his queen, keep her alive, because if this town hall is not going down with that queen, he is going to have really a lot of problems. But the town hall going down, so that is already the first step to success. The warden keeps following, and he has still some horde riders on the outside to reinforce his big push going towards the core.
As he can probably try to freeze the top side, but he's not. He has a couple freezes, 3 of them to use, but he's not using any on the multi-target Infernos. I'm just kind of baffled of why he's waiting so long, that these hogs took so much damage now as they're making their way to the multi. Finally, he's freezing it, but he's not going to have the time. He's going to fall short, and there is even the defensive king at the far right side. So that's still no more hogs. That would be definitely tough to get through, but he would have the warden assistance right there. So it's all tied up right here. And wait, is it not only just tied up on stars, but it might just be fully tied on percentage as well? It is.
Yes.
It's an exactly tie war right now, my friends.
I mean, it cannot get any closer than this. I mean, that is just crazy. Both of those teams are fighting for a playoff spot. With this win in this match, they would get there right away without having to do any more matches. And this means as well prize money is guaranteed for them, as the top 8 teams are going to get all prize money. And well, Inquisition is up next. So far, the last couple of attacks have not worked for them. So the question is, what are they going to try next? I really hope it's not going to be a recall charge with Super Dragons. But overall, the recall charges, I mean, the first attack which you have seen, the recall smash attack, has worked. Now we have seen a queen charge recall super hog rider attack, which has not worked. It's just always the time. I mean,
Yeah.
the recall spell, wouldn't it be like a cool buff if the recall spell would add like 10 seconds or something to your attack? Maybe it would be then too strong, but like the time is always such a big issue when using this spell, even though it's such a cool mechanic in the game. So it's kind of sad.
Yeah, well, it can be used in many different ways. And I remember one of the coolest ways I saw, it's not a normal attack. It's kind of a specialty, right? Where you're recalling, you use bat spells to take out a town hall, and then you recall them all back, and then you use the bats somewhere else. That's like one of the craziest ones. Like Rootkit did something like that, and it still blows my mind. Well, let's see what Febby can do here as that queen is securing this town hall. Flame Flinger's up to the top side as that Royal Champ is coming to the right side as he pulls out some ice golems, which will be nice. He doesn't have to worry about the LaLo getting affected by it, but his heroes will get slowed down by it.
Yeah, and the Flame Flinger did some incredible work at the top side, taking down some defenses already. And with the Royal Champion now pushing towards the core, he's even getting that Eagle out of the way. So at this point, it is a multi-affirmator on the back end, which might go down from the Dragon Rider, and a scatter shot, which he's trying to swarm in the beginning, try to completely take down before it can deal any damage whatsoever. And wait, Warden, why are you following the headhunters?
What?
Okay, that Warden is really having a bond with those headhunters.
Well, look at all these balloons. So much still left. Drops that haste. He's got an invis. The Monolith is not going to be able to do... Oh! What? Wait a second. Did I speak too soon? The ward goes down. Hopefully there's not a bunch of red air bombs down here. Okay, no. He's safe there. Balloons are going to haste their way through. And he looks like he's got it for the 3-star.
What a beautiful attack with this LaLo from Fabian on to Selenio. And is completely crushing this base, except... And we all know how annoying the King is on defense. And especially Loons struggle quite a bit. But I mean, no, okay, never mind. I didn't see the pups on Minion on the left side, so they should be able to clean things up.
Yeah, unfortunately, they are going to get stuck on the King. He's running around, but the Owl's helping, taking out the storage, and he's got enough time to get this 3-star. Now put the pressure on Clash Champs. So if Clash Champs 3-star, then it will be tied exactly yet again. And it's going to be coming down to the final attack. So even more pressure is on Clash Champs. And at that point, if you're all tied, it's going to come down to, well, now we have to think about how are we going to be faster than our opponents to bring that time lower so that you could potentially win on a tiebreaker.
Yeah, but I feel like that a tiebreaker with time is happening is just so rare. So I'm not sure if you really have to plan for that, like trying to do quick attacks. I think on Tunnel 15, it's like all about, okay, I would just try my best to first 3-star. I mean, that's the first thing you should worry about. We're not back on Tunnel 14 where you have to think about, okay, should I go with E-Dragons or is there even a quicker option to 3-star that base? So I think we're not there just yet. And, well, first, Clash Champs has to 3-star to tie things up again, because if they cannot do it, well, then we have the lead for Inquisition, and we see Apprentice Warden. I think Clash Champs are one of the, like, few of the teams who like to use them with their Queen Charges, which is not that bad if you can speed them up, like, just making sure the Queen Charge is going a little bit quicker if you have one of those crazy Queen Charges planned.
Yeah, with this Queen now making her way down south, drops the Rage through the enemy Queen. Balloon trying to test for Seeking Air Mines, finds at least one of them as he freezes up the Scatter, trying to keep that Queen ability intact. So he drops that freeze onto the Scatter Shot, makes the Queen invisible, and he's going to secure it. And like you said, there is going to be a lot of value down here, but he does actually have a recall spell. So when you see that recall spell, pulls it back and then doesn't pull all the healers. So he drops the Queen pretty close, so the healers just move right to his Queen. Not too bad there, as you always want to worry about time at that point.
Yes, but this time was really nicely done that he used that recall right away to relocate her. And I think it's such an important thing to have a mini warden then with your queen, because it speeds things up, especially if you're not charging into a lot of splash damage in the beginning. So the mini warden, the opponent's warden, is staying alive for quite some time. And the next big plus point for him right now is that he's using the flame flinger, which is another tool. You can kind of envision it as like another warden walk or something like that going on at the same time, taking down already a big part of the base, which is really clutch for him when it comes down to time. Seems like the apprentice warden is staying alive, and he's already preparing for the Hawk Riders.
Oh yeah, we wall broke open to the left side where that king can go and force his way into the base. The skeleton is going to try to distract this king, and the queen steps out of range of that single target inferno, which is perfect, because now we can take out that king. And here comes the hogs with the royal champion, the warden, making their way right on and pops that early warden ability to try to path their way through the scatter and the raised up multi-target inferno.
Yeah, the rage up multi-inferno towers are going to be crucial, and especially the bomb tower going off. A lot of Hawk Riders are going down, and there's still another inferno tower behind that eagle. The Hawk Riders are dropping like it's nothing. It's crazy how quick they're going down. The flame flinger has opened, releasing some more super minions, but even they are going down due to black mines. And the plan looked incredible, but just the Hawk Riders versus those raged up multi-inferno towers, they stand no chance whatsoever.
Unfortunately, it was not able to get this, which means now that Inquisition is going to have the lead by a star here going into the final attack. If Inquisition 3 stars, they have secured this match and secured their spot in the playoffs next week and force Clash Champs to play in another match to try to keep their hopes alive. But unfortunately, Loop is not going to be able to get this. Only the 87% 2-star.
Yeah, I think if you just looked at the way he used the queen charge, the flame flinger, you don't normally see that the flame flinger is working his entire lifetime, which means like flame flinger is losing hit points losing hit points quite a bit, I think, and with that, well, it's not working that often that it's surviving that long.
Yeah, that's true. It just takes some time, and assuming eventually it'll move its way in to get hit by like a monolith or a mortar or an expo, something that will take it down, or just runs into some giant bombs traps on the outside. But no, not the case there. It did not happen, but unfortunately, he was not able to keep those hogs alive. Those defensive rage towers are nasty. That's why if you're deciding and trying to pick which defensive spell you should be using, well, try to use the rage in the right spot. Don't use the rage out of nowhere. You want to put it next to multis. You want to put it next to expos, especially also the eagle like this one, because you can see how Leo's base has the rage right next to the clan castle that will rage up not one multi, not two, or two multis, but two expos and an eagle artillery all in this area, and even a monolith. So there's some crazy value on the defensive side here. But let's see if Mark can charge his way right on through it.
We have another recall spell happening. This is already one of the strategies which they use to get their first 3-star. He's trying to take down the eagle, and then is going to use the smash most likely towards that multi-inferno tower. The queen is going exactly where he wants her to go. And at this point, he's going to recall her at any second as soon as he's not making good use of the rage anymore. Perfect recall. And with that funnel on the left side, those titans should go into that scatter compartment, no problem whatsoever. And then with the jump leading into the bomb tower, it looks really good for him to get a lot of value. The flame fingers keep going, taking down the defending warden really soon. And this attack, this opening, looks incredible.
Yeah, looking like he's got a fantastic funnel set to push. Oh, wait, the queen is going to the right. Oh, we do lose one Electro Titan. Okay, but this jump should hopefully... Can the queen even access the jump there? The defensive rage does go off. Needs to get these Electro Titans straight towards this town hall. There's the rage. Now they lock on to the monolith, taking down that monolith with ease as he continues his way through Electro Titans. You got to get to the town hall to help take that down.
Oh, the Titans are now on the town hall. A lot of, like, everything is raged up. At this point, it's only chaos. No one knows what's going on except Mark trying to keep track. He has a back-end Titan now with that king on that right side. The Queen's here with her ability beating that wall. And maybe the healers are coming back, which would be incredible for him. The Roy champion is already... Is she already placed? I don't think so, right?
No, she's not placed. So he needs a 91% to lock up the victory no matter what. That's the number that he has to hit. If he doesn't hit the 91, then Clash Champs can potentially tie if he gets a 90, or if he gets an 89, they can win with a 3-star. So the RC ability goes off. He's at the 80. He's got 38 seconds left. RC is continuing to run up and around, drop some cleanup troops up there. But with that queen at 30 seconds left, I think he's going to be able to surpass that percentage.
Yeah, and maybe even 3 stars, depending on how quick the cleanup is. I mean, he has still a party wizard. He can place it now at the top side, use it. He's using it on the cannon. We know how quick the party wizard can provide that cleanup. It's 12 seconds, and I think Inquisition have done it, and not in an easy fashion. First, they're beating Tribe Gaming, and now versus Clash Gems. Their road was not easy, but they're making it to the playoff stage, and you can see he is really pumped. He's really excited, getting this play star, getting his team towards the next stage.
What a great job to Inquisition, and they totally deserve now their spot in the playoffs because they have defeated Clash Champs. No matter what, we'll still see the final attack coming in for Clash Champs, but everyone knows now, even with the 3-star, they will not be able to get the victory here because of the stars and, well, percentage as well. They are up on it as well. It's just not going to be their match, so they're going to now have to focus on the next one to come, and that one is for everything. If they win, they're into the playoffs. If they lose, they are out. So that is a lot of pressure on them. So let's see what Seleno can do now with the Zap LaLo. And he's using the lightning to really take out the eagle, the multi, and one of the sweepers.
Yeah, so really solid value already early on for the lightnings. And this is always the thing with the lightning spell, that you pretty much guaranteed the value you want to get. But his queen is placed, sadly not perfectly, and is taking all the damage from that warden. And this has not gone to plan. His king now has to use the ability. The question now, though, is he going to get that town hall?
Ooh, the skellies do pop here, which will distract this king. And he gets pulled to the cannon on the outside. So he's going to have to use it in invis, probably for his queen. Or, yeah, is he going to invis? He drops the sneaky. Can that help? Small bomb. Oh, the queen. Sneaky help try to take out the town hall. There's a few more. Okay, so he didn't need the queen to actually secure the town hall. The sneakies were there, and they do get it without the use of an invis. Now he does have the Raw Champion ascent, but the Lava Hound has been lured out.
Yeah, the Hound has been lured out, and he has to be careful when he wants to deploy that Royal Champion. That Hound might be a problem later on, as he's going to fly towards that Royal Champion, as he cannot target any of those loons. And for now, this slammer is going down. The ladder from the top side has started, and we have seen a similar base of Inquisition earlier, where we have seen a similar entry with the Hot Riders, and it has not worked. And the question now is the LaLo a better answer?
Well, as he continues his way through, the Warden Belly protected the Hound, and the Yetis are actually distracting the Lava Hound and the Rocket Loons, allowing now the Royal Champ to continue to come to the bottom side. Now, finally, the Rocket Loons and Lava Hound are making their way to that RC with an invis still to use for his balloons. You know, he's casually just making his way through one at a time. He can use the invis for the balloons that are trying to sneak through. He's only got 2 left. RC ability does go off. She's trying to clear these pups. Balloons going to the Wizard Tower. The Owl's getting the chains, and this looks like it's just going to work. The RC is still alive. Wow. There's the final invis. And Seleno is going to get it as long as he's got the time, which looks like he does.
And it's just so impressive how good some of those players are with this LaLo strategy. The entry did not, I don't know, it didn't really look as clean with the heroes. Well, having quite some problems around that town hall, but he was really, really clean with the recovery, getting that 3-star, which in the end, it didn't really matter in this match, but I mean, it's always nice to finish off a match with a 3-star, especially considering that they have one more match to do and everything's on the line for them. If they win, they're in the playoffs. If they lose, they're out of the tournament. No second chances. That is going to be their final try to get to the playoff stage to win this golden ticket. But Inquisition has done it. They have managed it and got to the playoff stage with this win.
Well done to Inquisition. Earned their spot in the playoffs, and they have locked up prize pool money, right? And if you don't make it into the playoffs, then you don't make any prize pool, and you won't be able to get any share of the $50,000. If you win first place, you take home $18,000 and that golden ticket, which you can play in the Clash of Clans World Championship later this year. Because the Clash Masters Gold, this is the 4th golden ticket being given out this year, and there's a total of 8. This is the last one in terms of a community tournament. The last 4 will be given away in-game to compete, which you'll be able to play at home if you sign up, when you'll be able to find out more information at a later point. So make sure you're following Clash of Clans over on Twitter and on the social medias. But well done to Inquisition. They will advance, and once the bracket is ready, we'll be able to bring it to you guys to update you how the rest of the teams are doing and who moves up, who moves down, and who is also into the playoffs. So well done to Inquisition here.
Yeah, and I think we should have, I think it's 4 more teams now, or 3 more teams, something like that, which should secure in this round the playoff spot, while some other teams still have to fight for the tournament live and have to try to get towards the 3 wins overall, because this is the magic number in a Swiss stage. Getting 3 wins and you are in the next stage. Getting 3 losses and you are out, not having a chance of competing in this tournament anymore, and not having a chance of getting any of the prize pool in this tournament, which is overall $50,000, which is quite a bit of the prize money. And for the first seed, obviously the golden ticket.
Yep, and that's what you're fighting for. That's what you're trying to push through all these different tournaments. And you know, the meta that is right now that we're seeing with these different attacks is going to be completely different when the World Championship comes around. It always changes. You never know. And what we didn't see here in this match, was no Super Barbarians. We didn't see the Super Barbarians being paired up with that Blimp and Super Archers. So we were going to now, let's jump into the recap of this match to see how each one of these players actually ended up doing. And we saw that very last attack. Celino did end up getting that 3-star, but it wasn't enough for them. But unfortunately, only 2 triples here for Clash Champs, which was not really, it's just not enough to take out a team like Inquisition. So they're going to have to turn around the offensive side if they want to have a chance to make it to the playoffs.
That's right. And on the other side, we had the Inquisition lineup. They did incredible. Well, one problem with the Queen from Einstein. So, well, he had some issues right there, but his team did incredible with 3 stars overall. And we talked about it yesterday, where if you get into this 13-star mark, you are looking really, really good in most of those matches. So that's really important. And, well, I have already seen some of the results of the other matches, and I think there are quite a few surprises in there, Carbon. Really? Navi is not in the playoffs at this point. They have to win another match, because if I saw it correctly, Chess McEA should get the win there. Another surprise, United Gaming GS beating MS Esports with 1 star at least, depending on what MS Esports does with their last attack. So a lot of favorites struggling, a lot of the underdogs performing. And, well, I think we're going to have quite a few more exciting matches today, because we have, after this one last match, 3 more matches. It's going to be 3 more matches today, if I have that correct in my head. And there's going to be a lot of action.
That's going to be a lot to come. Oh, my. Like, we know Navi and Tribe, they both have golden tickets, and they're both competing in here. And neither one of them are in the playoffs yet. So they could be facing off in an elimination match, and only one of them could be moving on. Even though neither one of them needs to get a golden ticket, they're fighting for a prize pool, right? The other teams would love to see those two teams battle out, only one of them make it to the playoff stage so that they can take on other opponents. But still, it's going to be incredible. We got a full day of Clash matches to see. But wow, this is going to be incredible. Once this bracket's ready, we'll bring it up to see exactly how it's shaping out. But we definitely have some upsets so far in this Clash Masters. And that's the beautiful thing is you never know. You can't take your spot for granted. You have to always bring it each and every match. Otherwise, your opponent is going to take you out.
Yeah, and especially now, like, I think if you're getting to this stage where you're in the group of 2 wins and 2 losses, like where it's like do or die kind of in this group, you would expect maybe not the best teams being there. And so far it looks like that we have Navi in this group. So far it looks like that we have MS Esports in this group. So far, well, if Tribe might win, they will be in the same group as well. Like all of those teams were kind of expected to go like, I don't know, 3-0 or at least 3-1 or something like that. So having all of them in this last group where everything is on the line is quite insane. I think there's going to be intense match-up possibilities. I think that's going to be quite exciting. But yeah, there's going to be a really, really intense few more matches today because, oh boy, I mean, some of those teams having to fight for it, that is incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. These teams are going to be battling for their life and with elimination on the line, trying to make it to the playoff stage. And, you know, it's time. Well, we're seeing worse. Time to take a look at the bracket. So let's go and bring this up and see how it has all shaped up. So we've got here, MS Esports is taking on Navi here, a rematch where MS Esports, they won against Navi, then they lost against Tribe, then they lost again against United Gaming GS, and now only one of those teams will be advancing to the playoff stage there. But wow, that's crazy. That's insane.
And I mean, we could see then Tribe versus ClashMSTRS. I mean, that 2-2 group has more golden ticket favorites than anywhere else. Like that is crazy. Yeah. But it depends on our next matchup because we're going to have Tribe Gaming versus P51 Ammo. And well, they did incredible as well. We have seen quite a few upsets so far, so it's not guaranteed that Tribe is going to win whatsoever. And they seem to have struggled a little bit in this tournament. So nothing is here for granted, but we see favorites are falling, underdogs are rising, and anything can happen.
Anything can happen indeed. So those matches that you guys saw, like, wait, we didn't see those matches, the teams didn't get advanced. Well, it's because they didn't all play at the same time. There's only about half of them played right now, and the other half in that left side is going to be playing right now. So at this moment, where we're going to be watching Tribe Gaming versus P51 MH, just like you said, Itsu, that's the next match that we're going to be watching. And if the winner of this match will advance to the 2-2 stage. If you lose, you will be eliminated. So we're going to take a short little break, and we'll be right back for the very next match. We'll see you soon. Welcome back here as we are now jumping into the second match here of this day 2 of the Swiss stage. I'm Carmen, again joined here with Itsu. We had Inquisition winning the first match, taking down ClashMSTRS. So ClashMSTRS are now at the brink of elimination, or they're at the brink of advancing to the playoffs. They're in the 2 and 2 stage. But we also have Navi and MS Esports in the 2 and 2 stage. So some incredible matches to come after this. But right now, we're actually in the 1 and 2 stage, which, what's our next matchup, Itsu?
Well, our next matchup is going to be Tribe Gaming versus P51 Emma. And that's going to be quite an intense one because, I mean, Tribe Gaming has already the golden ticket. So for a lot of people, they were one of the favorites going into this tournament. Yes, they could not win another golden ticket, but they were in it for the prize money. And being now in this 1 win and 2 losses group means whoever is going to lose this match is out of this tournament. And the prize pool is only for the top 8 teams. So you need to get to the next weekend to get any prize pool. And that is what those 2 teams are trying. Both of them need to win back-to-back now to make it to that stage, which is not easy, but they will try their best.
No. Yeah, not easy at all. Maybe we can bring up the bracket again to highlight where the teams currently stand to give any viewers at home kind of an idea, if you're just joining right now, what the teams are. So we're taking a look at this. The teams that have advanced and are in the playoff stage include, if we take a look at the teams who haven't advanced or who are not still in it, they went from the 2-0 to a 3-0. We have Strut and Repotted. We had Chasmec EA and United Gaming GS. They're all going to be in the playoff stage. And we have, with the first attack actually now underway. And here we go. All right. We've got Nebrex, who has started off straight with the E-Dragons. He went in so quickly here as the Blimp has made it to the Town Hall. Will he be able to take it down?
Ooh, perfect tornado trap, but the Town Hall is going down as well. Quick reminder, the stats on the right will be fixed in just a second, so don't worry about those too much. Worry about this base, because the Electro Dragons just make it disappear. A back-end skeleton to make sure the defenses are not attacking those Electro Dragons, but instead the skeletons, which are not that important. And with the King, Queen, and Royal Ability and the Phoenix now tanking, things are looking really good for Nebrax, and he is spamming this strategy in Legend on a lot of different accounts, and he's trying to become better and better at it, and he is just showing how strong those Electro Dragons can be if you really can play them, if you can really master them. So really impressive attack from Nebrax. And as well, a quick one, Carbon. 1 minute and 25 seconds are still left, and this base is already gone.
Absolutely crazy how fast that attack was. We were even ready to comprehend, like, what? The base is gone before we even knew it. Well done to Nebrex, starting it off for a 3-star for Tribe Gaming here in a 1 and 2 match, meaning if you lose this, you are not going to be able to make it to playoffs. You'll be eliminated. So each one of these attacks is very, very important.
Yes, every attack is important. Starting a match like this, we've already said this with pretty much every match. It's just so important to set the matchup for your team. And so the first attacker is having a lot of impact on the match. Just setting up the speed, just setting up for his team, making the success start or making the problem start. It always depends on the first attack.
Yeah, it does depend on the first attack. Really sets that momentum. And Nebrex, well done, getting it 3-star with the E-Dragons. And if it does come down to time, I know you said that it's very rare and you never have to think about time, but it could happen. It's always in the back of your mind. You have to keep that thought there. And if you have one player like Nebrex who is really good with the E-Dragons, he can come in. And when you come in with the very first attack and it's that fast as well, it just helps your team get that confidence booster moving in with the rest of their attacks. Maybe that opens it up to be a little bit more risky and taking a little risk to try to go for the Town Hall at the end. But again, you just have to get those 3 stars. Now, will Tribe Gaming's defenses shine and be able to help propel them into the 2 and 2 completely stacked group filled with teams that you would expect all of them almost to be in the World Championship. So let's see what P51MA can do to answer.
Yeah, that's always the thing. And for everyone wondering why we're waiting right now for the next attack, like pro matches are always scheduled that you have like a certain attacking window. And if you're that quick with your attack, like Nebrex was with his Electro Dragons, this always then means that we have like a longer break between the attacks because, well, that's how it works, that you have those set attacking times. So that's always kind of funny when there's like a bigger break. You always know, wait, this last attack was a little bit too quick with this attack. And now we're back. Oh no. Oh no, we're back to these Super Dragons with the Recall Spell. The 0% hit rate. Can Alfonso change this and give this strategy the first 3-star?
You know, it's just a matter of time until this attack strategy gets that 3-star. It will happen. It hasn't happened yet that we've seen in the Swiss stage, but let's see what Alfonso's doing with this queen. Getting the value. Is he going to get the Royal Champ? No, he pulls her back before the Royal Champ gets any shots off on his queen, pulls some Seeking Air Mines, and now the queen's down the left side, so we can send the Super Dragons right on in between.
That's right in between. He has to worry about that visibility tower behind the Town Hall, and at the same time, this base is looking perfect for something like this, because what you're looking for is, you are looking for a lot of damage which you can take down with your Super Dragons, which is then not going to be on your heroes. And take a look at that. So many experts are around this town hall. So this looks perfect for the strategy. But can he really pull this off? Because so far it has not worked, and he even lost the Queen ability.
Yeah, no Queen abilities. He pops that Warden, sends the Stone Samurai a little bit later as he pulls these red air bombs. But he absorbs some of them through the Warden Eternal Tome, continuing to try to path his way in towards these multis. But that Queen is now continuing her way up top to take out the Scatter Shot. Can these Super Dragons keep going through the core? But the defensive rage is crushing through these Super Dragons.
It's so crazy to me. Like, Inferno Towers, Multi-Inferno Towers specifically, are always meant to, okay, they're really good versus those troops which have little hit points. But when they're raged up, they just take down dragons within seconds, and it feels like, wait, what is going on? I thought that's a Multi-Inferno Tower, not set to multi-single Inferno Tower or something crazy like that. But those rage towers, they're just working so well together with the Multi-Inferno Towers. And he is struggling right now quite a bit with the Queen being stuck on that wall and now getting shot by this Monolith. And for now, it seems like that this strategy is staying with the 0% hit rate.
Yep, another Super Dragon recall attack that falls short yet again. Nice try to Alfonso, but unfortunately, he is not going to be able to answer and take down Kronos' base here. And these Super Dragons with the recall just are not able to get the value. Now I'll be curious, would it work if you use the Queen in the same spot, same way, but don't bring any healers? Like you bring maybe a skeleton spell or a giant or two to protect the Queen to get her recalled back so she can then be used on the other side, so you can have more troops, maybe another Super Dragon to push your way through. I mean, at the end of the day, just everything in that core of the rage, the invisibility, and that Town Hall poison just does so much damage to the Super Dragons. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it just has the strength to push past that Town Hall.
Yeah, I just feel like you cannot really add too many Super Dragons, because you see, have like the main damage source inside the core is either the Town Hall poison, where it does not care on how many Super Dragons are inside that Town Hall poison. And the second problem is kind of like all those Multi-Inferno Towers inside the core. You would need to bring so many Super Dragons to kind of like get more Super Dragons inside the core than you actually have Inferno Tower beams. And that is really hard to do, because most of the time you have Black Mines or maybe the Town Hall itself taking down 1 or 2 Super Dragons already before that. So you would need a ton of Super Dragons to have more of them inside the core to tank all of the Inferno Tower beams and still have Super Dragons left. So I feel like there's just too much splash. But when we're talking about splash, we have a splash of skeletons facing versus this clan castle and the Monolith, and it's back to Skelly Donut for Rikiris.
Rikiris takes out the Expo, the clan castle, And the Monolith right there as the Blimp lands early. Not going to go and grab the tunnel, but does get the bomb tower right in front of it and activates that rage spell. As we got that queen down the bottom side, he can then drop the king. It looks like he maybe wants to drop that king to path his way into the town hall behind the golem, and the queen can then go for the scatter shot in the enemy royal champ.
Yeah, so the plan looks really, really good for Tribe, for Rikiris. A nice giant to trigger the spring trap for the Ice Golem, so the Ice Golem is surviving a little bit longer, going more inside that compartment, and as soon as it pops, it's hitting everything, even the Expo on the other side of the wall. So perfection right there for Rikiris, and the Queen ability has not even been forced just yet, so this means this Queen is going to stay alive for quite some time, with having those Super Hawk Riders for the back end, with quite a few spells for the support. But the question now is, I see two multi-inferno towers near a rage tower, and we have seen what can happen to them with the Hawks.
Crazy value so far. And here comes the Hawks moving now into the Eagle artillery. Skeleton spells to try to provide some distractions. As double skeletons pop as he's moving his way into the Eagle. Oh, and he's awarded ability. Oh no! No! Finally pops a little bit later as Headhunters run off to go to that enemy Queen. But he doesn't have the heal for these Super Hawks as he's continuing his push around. Queen's still up, full health. She's running around as the RC now needs a clutch up and moving into the scout shot. And it's looking pretty good here for Rikiris.
It's looking really good. Keeping that Royal Champion alive is key. And I mean, the Queen has not even used her ability yet, and she is full hit points. That base has been rushed, and Tribe Gaming starting off with 2 3-stars. They really want to get into the next stage. They really want to get into this next group where Na'Vi, MS Esports, and ClashMSTRS are waiting. I mean, that's going to be crazy. I feel like just naming all of those teams, this could be literally the Clash Worlds finals, like the top 8 teams at the live event in the end of the year. And I mean, no, be surprised, but seeing all of them in the 2-2 stage, that would be crazy.
That will be crazy indeed. It's just like you said, all those teams right there are you would expect to be having golden tickets. So if we would know that 2 of them, which is Na'Vi and Tribe, who already have a golden ticket, if they make it in, then that would prevent MS Esports and ClashMSTRS from getting it in this tournament. They would have to then wait for the very last opportunity in game to try to claim one of the final 4 spots. And if you push through in game, anything can happen and not go your way. So if you really want to try to focus on getting it now, this is your opportunity. And we'll see if Tribe can then push through, and will they knock off a team that have to go back in game, or will they be able, will they get knocked out themselves?
Yep, that's always the question. But with the fact being in this match, well, we now need to see a 3-star within the next attack. Otherwise, Tribe might just run away with that match. And we have seen that some of those top teams can really easily do that, just never letting the pressure go. And it's really easy that you're getting to this mindset like, oh no, everything is working for them. For us, nothing is working. There's always those small little unlucky things happening to our attacks, but for them, everything is always going perfect. And as soon as you're getting into this mindset, it's really hard to get back from that. So let's just hope that that is not going to happen and they're going to get another, like their first 3-star in this attack. And we have the Electro Titan attack with the lightning combination. And Evan, actually, I think it's 7. Yeah, 7 lightning. So is he going to go for the Eagle, maybe?
Well, the Eagle, he could take that down, or he could even take out the scatter shot. Defensive rage
Scatter
spell.
and Queen?
Yeah, oh. No, he doesn't take out the Queen. Barely. Because the Grand Warden is there. I mean, he could have taken out the Queen if he probably dropped all the lightning first. Since he dropped the Earthquake, it made the Warden go on the defensive side and not able to take that Queen down. But she's basically like almost no health. She's 1 hit away, so that should be okay. But this Town Hall all the way to the edge here is this Warden slowly going to be taking out this whole area.
I'm not sure if that's okay actually for him, because he has planned that the Flamefinger is going to get that Town Hall. And the problem now which he has, well, is the Queen. So really nicely done with the Headhunter taking that out. But remember, this means he has no Headhunter left anymore for the double hero on the back end of this. Now using the Flamefinger to get that Town Hall eventually. We just have to hope that everything is working as planned, because if that Flamefinger is running into traps, he is going to have a big problem. We now have the Queen helping the Warden to go in. But that air defense is kind of scaring me in that second layer, because that might be a big problem for those healers.
Yeah, he sends a few balloons to try to help take care of it. The problem is, one healer at least is going to go down, but the Flamefinger has locked down to the Town Hall as the King's going off to the right side, but a Tesla Farm and a Skeleton traps are completely stopping the King in his tracks as he's moving his way through these archers, pops that Warden ability. These archers going down really quickly as a defensive Electro Titan does come out of here.
Yes, the defensive Electro Titan, but it's not going to do a lot. We have the Titans now slowly making their way towards the Town Hall. This is not where they're supposed to go, and the Town Hall has to go down quickly, so the damage of the Town Hall itself is not too heavy. The Tornado Trap is behind the Town Hall as well, rotating the Titans into the Town Hall. Poison, actually. Now everything relies on that Queen with the Royal Gem on the outside, and without the ability of the Royal Gem, she might go down quite quick.
The Diggy is saving the RC right here. He can make her invisible. Does he? No. She goes down with the shot of the Archer Tower as Yetis do come out of the Flame Fling with the Electro Titan. Pops Queen Billy for the wall. He's only got 30 seconds as he continues to try to push his way around. And time is his biggest threat at the moment.
Yeah, time is the biggest problem, but he has the Queen working on the top right and his remaining troops on the left side. He can't even use the Sneaky Goblin, which he should do really soon. And there it goes. Sneaky Goblin has been added, but unfortunately getting targeted right away from that cannon. Can he still make that work? Invisibility for the Wizard.
Oh,
wait.
Oh, that's
he has a regular Wizard Goblin.
Wow. He got the invis. Helps keep the Archer Wiz still alive, and that pulls it away with the 3-star with no time remaining and converts it. Well done. That invis saving it for the last possible second. You never know. That smallest of damage right there could have made all the difference.
If I just think let's imagine this would have been a 99.9% attack 2-star in the end. Oof, how mad he would have been, because you could have used party wizards. He used regular wizards. That could have been the difference right there. But we have now the next tribe attack in. They're going in again with the Super Hard Riders. And this time we're seeing lightnings, but as well some healers. So they're going to combine the Queen Charge Super Hard Rider attack with the lightnings.
With the lightning, indeed, around the Town Hall. Flameblinger could try to make its way in towards the scatter shot, but we do have the multi-mortar. Careful to protect the Flameblinger, as the Queen's going to make her way in towards this defensive King, slowly take him down, and then continue this Queen, eventually maybe in towards this Town Hall to help try to secure that. But he needs to funnel his way to the far right side, which he does do with his King.
Yeah, and so far, perfectly now tanking this mortar on the left side, making sure it has no chance of shooting at the Flameflinger. But wait a second, as I'm saying it, the mortar is locking onto that siege machine. And yes, be careful now, as the mortar is dealing a ton of damage, and that siege machine is about to go down. The Queen, though, is slowly making her way towards the tower, and the tower should go down soon as well, and the Hogs have not even been deployed yet.
Yeah, that Queen is going to lock on a Town Hall here, freezing the Town Hall so the Queen can continue her charge in. And here comes the Hogs with the Warden to the far left side, as the Yetis out of the Flameflinger do end up securing that scatter shot. While the Monolith is locked onto his Queen, he pops that Warden ability through a bomb tower. More Hogs, Party Wizards into the Tesla Farm, Skeletons popping, Queen ability going off as he's pushing his way through the Eagle Artillery with giant bombs everywhere in this area.
Invisibility spell for that queen, so she's staying alive. The tornado trap is keeping her in place for now. She's helping versus those lava pups now. The lava hound was incredible annoying. Question now though is, can the Royal Champion with her ability carry this while the scatter shot is distracted with that queen, but all of those healers are gone. Royal Champion ability should one-shot quite a few of those defenses actually. I think the scatter shot is low on hit points, but either way I think she should get it.
Yeah, the RC will run around. Scattershot's now going to get stunned. It goes down. Warden's going to help. And the cleanup is down with plenty of time left. And Kronos is going to get the 3-star here for Tribe Gaming. Not 1, not 2, but now 3 triples in a row for them here in this elimination potential match.
Yes, and it's getting harder and harder to stay close to Tribe. They are just running away with their 3-star streak, as you just said. 3 stars back to back to back, always using different strategies. We have now seen E-Dragons from them. We have seen the Skelly Donut Hot Rider attack from them, and now as well a Queen Charge Zap Hot Rider attack. So completely different approaches from them. It's really hard to bait a team like this. We need a 3-star now from the opposite side.
Yeah, their P51 MA has gonna have to convert and get multiple 3-stars and hoping for some defenses to try to keep their hopes alive. Because remember, the teams that are waiting in the 2-2 stage, which include, we've got Navi, who's going to take on MS Esports. We've got Clash Champs, who don't know their opponent. They are waiting there as well. And it's going to be a tough road ahead for these teams trying to get through to get to the playoff stage, which is next Saturday and Sunday.
Yes, that's right. It's going to be really intense. All of those teams at the moment are fighting for this playoff spot, which is like, that means guarantee prize money. Otherwise, if you're dropping out of the tournament in this Swiss stage, no prize money whatsoever. And we have the next attack happening with something happening around that town hall. Some lightnings there. I'm not sure what exactly happened.
Both sweepers.
Care of.
Both sweepers are gone.
Yeah.
It is a recalled Super Dragon.
Oh,
no. Well, let's see. He took out both sweepers. I'm assuming they were both pointed over the Eagle artillery because he wants to send them over the Eagle to that town hall. Let's see if 4 lightning spells with the Queen Charge Recall Super Dragons is going to pay off.
That's the question. Can they get the first 3-star with this strategy? They have mixed in some lightnings for the sweepers around that town hall, but is that enough? The first black mines are hitting those balloons and the super dragon, and this blimp has to travel a long distance. Is there a tornado trap somewhere located on their way?
Well, as he continues this push through, there is the blimp making it to town hall. He was thinking that if he invested the lightning to help take down the sweepers, that there wouldn't be a tornado trap on this side. The nice thing is that the super dragons are moving in to take out the eagle artillery. Maybe this is the play to send the super dragons grabbing this area and then not have to travel through that town hall poison, as this queen is now getting stuck on these ice golems. Oracaloons need to go down to the poison. They do, and this Phoenix is trying to take out the multi, and the Phoenix is clutching that multi.
Phoenix getting that multi from the tower. He still has the rage, but a Monolith on the back end without the queen ability is going to be a big problem for him. The other fence is covering that Super Dragon. King and Royal Champ from the top side. King ability can be used any second now, but I'm not sure if this spell support is going to be enough for the screen to survive or for the remaining heroes to clutch this up. But I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong, as the troops are pushing through.
And he decides to rage that queen up, which now the Expo locks onto the healers of this queen. He's going to have to get this Royal Champion and her ability. She pulls the poison spell. Now the queen is going to the defensive king. Not able to get through that as he freezes up the Monolith. RC, King's coming around. The King does not have the Phoenix, so if he gets locked onto, that Monolith is going to take him down. Finds a tornado trap on the other side of where the town hall was, and unfortunately, again, the recalled Super Dragons not going to work. And taking out the sweepers early didn't pay off in this one. Very nice try. It's going to be another fail here and going to put them down 2 stars, 9-7, with only 2 attacks left on each side here.
It's just so crazy to me that people are keep trying this strategy. I mean, supposedly a lot of pros, this strategy in tests is working incredible, but on the stage in this tournament, it's just not working. A 0% success rate. I mean, I'm not sure how many strategies do have this type of success rate, considering that we see pretty much every single match at least one of this attack strategy. So it's not like an unpopular attack or anything. It's just really confusing. But we have the next attack in, and that is going to be a Queen Charge LaLo attack from Yo-Yo. And he's starting things off with a blimp and raging those Yetis up.
Yeah, that rage not only is going to help take out this multi-target Inferno, but the Yetis getting into the section pulls out the defensive clan castle. That is what you need to do so that he doesn't have to worry about rocket loons, especially while he charges this queen across into the eagle and then potentially towards this town hall as the hound pops, dealing with these lava pups, and you're able to then focus on the queen and keep her alive.
And take a look at that one minion on the right side, taking the cannon on its own. That is some true value. 2 housing space for a cannon, I would do that any day of the week. And the queen now charging towards that multi-inferno tower, getting then maybe wall break into the rage tower, because take a look at that. As soon as it's in the rage tower, the value you could get is crazy. Oh, wait, as I'm keep looking at the space, wait, I think... Wait, that's a... I have faced this base in Legends. Are they not using new bases? Well, what is going on there? But either way, let's just see if Yo-Yo can get this now with the king taking down the scatter shot on the left side.
Yeah, that king is going to make his way into the scatter. The enemy queen with the freeze down early enough. And there is the wall breaker. Gonna give this queen access to the ground expo beyond this wall here. As now here comes the LaLo straight from the bottom side, moving through the space.
There's the rage, but this air defense is taking a lot of loons down. We have now the loons going towards the town hall. Yes, he might have to freeze it. Let's see. Red, oh no, red mines, and the town hall is staying up, and the warden has to do the heavy lifting.
Oh, as he does take that town hall down, so some more balloons over to the right side. The queen is tanking this expo or the scatter shot while his royal champion is running through. Does have her ability to skip across with a few more balloons trying to trickle in. He's got one freeze left it to.
Yeah, one freeze, using it for the royal champ. There's now more minions coming in. Queen though is going down with the royal champion. We should be able to get that 3-star if the time is enough. Some minions are working, but this elixir storage on the far right side is having quite a few hit points, but that royal champion shield came in clutch.
Wow, well done. Yo-Yo getting the 3-star here. Another triple. 4 for 4 here for Tribe Gaming. They are looking fantastic right now in this match, and they could be taking a deep breath. They're like, okay, we are just need to coast our way to a victory to be able to match up and get into the 2-2 stage, and that is going to be a very difficult path through that. But you can see even with the 3-star for P51, which would put him to 10 right now, all the Tribe would basically need to do is pretty much like 1-star in percentage. It would be enough, but they could just 2-star and that would put them at 14 stars. The thing about that, you just need a 2-star for 14. That is crazy. Wow. Tribe has been on another level right now in this match.
Yeah, Tribe is smashing those bases, but now we need a 3-star on the other side. We need a miracle to happen at this point. 2 3-stars back to back, and maybe a 1-star from Tribe to have this chance of a comeback. I mean, it's Tunnel 15. Anything can happen. But,
Yeah.
well, we have the next attack happening. Oh, we have the next attack happening. And they have replaced the Super Dragons. The attack strategy overall remains the same. But now, instead, it is going to be with the Dragon and Dragon Riders.
All right, let's see. Now I'm really curious. Is the regular dragons going to be way better? You mentioned the reason why super dragons might not be as strong is because you can't take that many of them. Because there's so many inferno beams that they all can hit your super dragons. But this, you have more dragons than inferno beams that can hit, especially when they're raged up. So let's see if that is the true difference maker, where you can have dragons not getting hit by the infernos because so many are tanking the beams. As now he's moving his way in with these dragons, the warden, the dragon riders, balloons, everything across into the side of the space.
There is the blimp flying across the sweeper. Is covering that angle though. There's the first rage. He has 2 more rages to place. The question now though is, where is he going to place those? Is he going to use them for the town hall, for the blimp? Yes. So there's 1 more rage, and I think he used that at the queen. So no more rages left for this attack. Only a couple of small spares to support. And the dragons have split up quite a bit, and this ground expo would be quite nice to get it. Maybe the warden, but the warden is switching to the clan castle. Come on, take down that expo owl. Let's go.
Ooh, that owl's taking out the CC. Now the king can make his way up and around with his abilities through the enemy royal champion. But this queen's ability is pretty much going to be forced soon here through this expo, as his RC is trying to now jump over and grab the Grand Warden altar, trying to get into the scatter shot. But she's going to have her ability forced pretty soon as a freeze is used. He could use an invisibility spell. Is it worth it on the Royal Champ? Yes. He decides it's worth it on the Royal Champ as he continues his way around. He might just be able to if the RC can stay up. Uh-oh.
The Royal Champion is getting swarmed by a lot of skeletons. 40 seconds though. I mean, the queen has to go through 1 wall. If she's going optimal, the Phoenix might get that scatter and would save some time.
Trying. Oh, 1 more shot, Phoenix. Yes! What? Wait, the scatter went down. Now the queen needs to walk her way around the wall segment. Don't walk up and then go for a wall. Queen, there's an opening towards the bottom. You better go, Queen. You got to make your way across into there. Come on. You got 10 seconds, Queen. You got to run. Queen, come on. No! The classic Queen. Why? She failed the test. She has gone for the wall. She is... no,
it's the queen.
She's not going around. It's the queen.
That's what she is doing best. Hitting walls. I mean, whenever you have in the clan games, you're having those destroyed this amount of walls. Like, the queen is your best tool to get this challenge done. Yeah. She is going for every wall out there. And, well, I'm not 100% sure, though, if she would have gotten, if she would walk around, because we have not seen how many hit points the Inferno Tower had. But overall, it's always really frustrating to see this. Tribe, though, could go for the perfect, depending on this attack. 3 stars, and they have done it. 15 stars overall in this match, and they would be guaranteed to have the chance of fighting for the entrance into the playoffs in their next match.
Yeah, they're going to be going for it for sure, as Exorcist now has his queen down, charging her way through. It is going to be the queen charge Hog Riders, as the poison is now down to help clear this Lava Hound and the Rocket Loon. As this Ground Expo is on his queen, so that's going to be quite annoying. He's going to have to continue to fight through, as the second Expo is going to be on his queen pretty soon. And going to be taking out that defensive queen. He drops this king down in towards... yeah, he is. Okay, so the king's going to make his way into the scatter. And there's a wall break to give the queen access straight away to this multi-target Inferno, the Monolith, and the Town Hall, and everything through this Town Hall section.
Yeah, the queen charge looks incredible, but if the clan castle... or is the entire clan castle already lured? I don't think so, right? So...
yeah, it was.
The Monolith is going to give him a rough time. Oh, okay. So, still, the Monolith is quite an annoying defense to face. The King actually is tanking super well, and the Hot Rides are just starting.
Yeah, with the Hogs now moving in, got to get ready for the Warden Tunnel Home. There is a Rage, and bam, pops the Warden ability to really speed up these Hogs through this section, finding Giant Bombs, Spring Traps, takes out the World Champion. I just see the Hogs just getting sprung left and right and moving across the space as the Queen's ability is forced, and these Hogs are gone all the way to the right, but isn't enough because he has more Hogs to the top side to continue their path around.
Yeah, and that's really the way on how you play those Hogs nowadays. Try to surgically avoid the splash damage of the base. The Queen now going for the wall yet again, but this time it's a decent wall to get that multi-inferno tower. The last defense going down, and yes, Tribe has done it. They have gotten the 15 stars in this match, and this seemed really easy for them. The question though is, can they repeat this performance in the next match where they could possibly face versus ClashMSTRS? But E51 Emma have one more attack to do, and they can just get another 3-star on their list for, I guess, the good feeling.
Yeah, well done there, Exorcist. Not only getting the triple, but getting the perfect war for Tribe Gaming here. And they will be keeping their hopes alive, moving to a 2-2 in the bracket, in the stage. And now it's going to be the question, can P51 MA make it back to the in-game to try to get a golden ticket that way? Because it's going to be very difficult. So many opponents, so many teams trying to compete for the golden tickets, as there's only 8 total spots in the World Championship, and 3 have already been given away. So this is the 4th one, and we're going to have 4 all together for the in-game tournament later on. Not anytime soon. It's going to be in a little bit, who knows, several weeks, months, who knows when it's going to come out, and they're going to be able to compete and then try to get the World Championship opportunity to try to take down Navi, who are the defending World Champions.
That's right, but one more attack in this one, one more chance of getting the 3 stars. Hopefully no recall dragon type attack, please. I beg you. This is I don't know, it's just not working. I don't know why, but I don't know, it's just please don't do it. Please don't do it. It's just another strategy. Do LaLo, do Hogs, do Titans, do Super Bowlers, anything, but not that.
The only way to make this
no.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Well, I was gonna say the only way to make these Super Dragons work is do the recall, but don't break the healers and do some other version of it. But you know, they want the Super Dragon recall, and let's see, is it gonna work? It's bound to work one of these times, as the Queen is gonna make her way down to the bottom side of the space, and he's gonna fly into the town hall, because look at the sweepers, they're both pointing over the eagle. So he's going to bring this Queen back to the top side to help try to set a very, very clear funnel straight into the core.
Yes, the funnel looks incredible, but remember, the big strength of those Super Dragons is when buildings are hugging each other, which means if they're really close to each other, and, well, between all of those high HP buildings, all of those storages, it is always one tile in between, so the splash of those Super Dragons is not working on those buildings. Well, we will see if it's still enough, or if we see another 2-star with this strategy. The Super Dragons already catching some Black Mines early on, the Poison Tower is shooting early on, and then we're going to have a triple raged up multi-inferno tower behind the Town Hall, and that thing is scaring me when you're attacking with those Super Dragons. Let's see how quick they're going to go down, or maybe they survive.
Yeah. Well, the Stone Slammer passed that Town Hall, now is making its way straight on in. That Queen did burn her ability into the scatter shot, as we have freezes coming down, trying to keep the Queen alive. And those Super Dragons are trying to continue in towards this core, but these so low health, they are going down really fast. We have another Super Dragon that came out of the Stone Slammer, but that one now finally goes down as the Warden is sniping these Infernos with the Phoenix's help right there. That was clutch, as now the World Champion is trying to come to the backside. And that Queen charge has now passed and turned into a King charge.
Yeah, the King charge looking strong, but we have a couple of bomb towers maybe taking those Barbarians out. The Royal Champion trying her best, but there is a defending Royal Champ and a defending Warden on the back end with a scatter shot, so things are not looking easy for him. With the Queen going down, that was really, really unfortunate because the Queen was inside the rage, but the healers were not. Great freeze, Headhunter coming in, but with the missing damage of their Queen, time is ticking a little bit too quick, it seems like.
Yep. Yeah, time is not on his side here. Only about 10 seconds left. The World Champion still running. She just now goes down, and this is going to be a time fail where the King probably could continue around to get healed up. Double seeking air mines there. But unfortunately, Carmelo's going to be just another 2-star for the Super Dragons, and they just cannot get the triple. The Queen Charge recall Super Dragons just seems like it's not the answer. When we saw the Queen Charge recall regular Dragons, the Hydra, that got the 99%, and then almost got it. And so that one seems to be the way to go when you can really distract the Inferno Tower Beams when you come from the side. So Tribe Gaming is the winner of this match, and they will advance to a 2-2 stats. We will have one more match today to watch, which will wrap up the Swiss stage, and then we will know all of the teams that are advancing to the playoff stage next weekend.
That's right, all the teams who make it to the next stage and get some prize money. For them, it's always a big investment because remember, we see 5 players on your screen attacking and doing those wonderful attacks, but there is a big team always behind the scenes as well, like building bases, testing them for them, organizing all of the behind the scenes stuff for the players. And well, that's always an investment as a team, and you need to get some prize money in as well, and that is only for the top 8 teams. It's over $50,000, so there's a lot of prize money on the line, but you have to get to the top 8 to really make it count.
Absolutely. You got to push your way all the way to the top 8 to get there, and then you can get that prize money and potentially a golden ticket in first place. But well done to Tribe Gaming with that perfect war. So they are advancing, and we've got probably the most stacked 2-2 group we will probably ever see almost in a Swiss stage competition. Like every single one of these matches is between teams that you may just expect to get golden tickets at the end of the year. We already know Navi has got the golden ticket. We already know Tribe Gaming's got the golden ticket. So MS Esports, Flash Champs, our other expectations, it's going to be some fantastic matches. Remember, if the match that you see here is not the one you want to see, you can check out the other community streamers and go support them. You can have it on multiple tabs, watch them all at the same time if you're able to do that, because it's going to be a lot of attacks coming in and so many amazing matches to close out today to get ready for the playoffs on Saturday and Sunday next weekend.
Yeah, as many streams as possible. That's always how you enjoy Clash, on different monitors, on different devices. Make sure that you have everything set. And let's take a second look at the match recap. We have P51 Ammo, who did really well until they started using the recoil. I mean, the 3-star was not with that strategy. What was the 99% attack?
The 99 was the Queen Charge Recall Hydra. That was with the Dragons and Dragon Riders.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the one where the Queen went for the wall. The Queen had the test.
Yeah, I remember.
she did not pass the test. She went for the wall. She did not walk around. So rip to the Queen. But yeah, that was the 99, the classic Queen. And one day, I think it would be the most used skin ever. We've got a Goblin Queen skin. Where's the Wallbreaker Queen skin? It's gotta come one day. It's gotta be here. It'll be the best skin in the game. But very nice try to P51 MA with just the 1 a triple there. But Tribe Gaming, with their match recap, we already know what that's going to be. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, all 3 stars. They get that perfect war, and they advance to the 2-2 stage. And there you go. Now it's not the question of the 3 stars. It's about who is the fastest at the point at which Nebek's crushing everyone else. Wow.
I mean, that's the competition for them. Between Rikiris and Exorcist, this was really close. So that was, well, Yo-Yo, I think he should speed his attacks up a little bit. That was, no, but overall, really, really impressive performance by Tribe Gaming. And they have another chance. They have now another chance in this, 2 wins, 2 losses group with all of those other top teams. By the way, if you're wondering which other teams make it to that stage, it seems like that United Gaming won their match versus KOG, and X Team won their match as well. So it seems like those are the 3 teams coming from the 1 win and 2 losses group: Tribe Gaming, United Gaming, and X Team. It now depends on how they're getting mixed up and matched up in this group, and I think we're going to take a look at that as soon as the bracket is ready.
Yeah, absolutely. The bracket is getting finalized here, so you guys can be all caught up with where we currently stand and what the final matches are going to be of today, because there's only going to be one more match that we're going to be covering, and all of it's going to happen. And we're going to then, after the next match, know all the teams that advance to the playoff stage for next weekend. Because that's where, like Itsu's mentioned, the prize pool is going to be distributed. You're not going to get anything if you get eliminated here in the Swiss stage. It all goes into the playoffs, where you're going to have your chance through the double elimination and try to earn your way in. Once you make it to the playoffs, it's basically wiped clean of the bracket of kind of how you did. I mean, we saw that Strut and Repotted were the first 2 teams to get the qualification going 3-0, so they were the strongest. But however you do in the Swiss stage, are you going to be able to continue and keep that momentum in the playoffs? We've seen where some teams that did really well in a Swiss stage competition, and unfortunately really just fall back-to-back losses in the playoffs, and you just cannot let that happen. You've got to keep that momentum and stay focused.
Yeah, I feel like especially with a double elimination bracket, it's more about like your preparation. While in a format like this, you can prepare for the first match, like having dedicated bases, trying to bait certain strategies because you're knowing your opponent. But this is way easier done in a double elimination bracket because you know your first opponent. You already can guess maybe your second opponent, so that's way more preparation work than on the teams. Building, testing the bases appropriately, and knowing what to expect from their opponents.
Yeah, absolutely. All that preparation does pay off, and that's why these teams are here again and again. That's why you always see these names coming at the top of the scene, because they are so good, not only on the attack side, the defending side, but like you mentioned, the preparation, where not only them, but also all their teammates, the base builders, management helps them out to be able to prepare to get to the stage, because there is so much that goes on behind the scenes that you just we're not able to comprehend the amount of work. And you just say, oh, okay, they're just starting a war, they're doing attacks, and that's it. No, there's so much that goes into it, where you're playing the smallest details, and that's where these teams really, really shine and makes the difference for them. That's why they keep showing up here yet again and again. Man, that's why we love to watch it, because they're bringing such amazing attacks.
Yeah, that's right. Always showing the great attacks. But I feel like as well, something which really was even more promoted with the last update is just the different options you have on Tournament 15. Like a lot of things are viable to use. And even though, yes, the overall level of difficulty is still really high on Tournament 15, with not even close to being able to compare that to Tournament 14 back then, but still a lot of different things are working, like LaLo, Hawks, Super Hawks, Titans, Super Bowlers, even though I would have liked to see more Super Bowler attacks overall over the weekend. And yes, sometimes even the Dragon type attacks can work, but overall I think it's just really nice to see so many strategies working and getting used at the highest level.
Yeah, absolutely. You're showing us so many different attacks that work really well, and attacks that don't work. And we're learning Super Dragon's Recaller is not really the way. Is not showing the 3 stars hit rate. It's bringing just basically zero hit rate. Just 2 stars and 2 stars. No triples coming in for that. So stay away from the Super Dragon Recall there, unless it's a super specific base, maybe where you don't have to send your dragons or the blimp into the town hall. If you're able to somehow remove it different means, then maybe it'll be stronger in that way. But every time these players send those super dragons through a town hall, it just seems like that poison effect just does so much damage to them. But we've talked about different attack strategies where you want to see potentially maybe blizzards, super bowlers, or things like that. Do you think I'm trying to think of a troop that we never see other than like XPV with his Valkyries, but do you think there's a troop that maybe has potential that no one's really tried, or do you think we've kind of found the best metas right now at the moment? Or do you think, I remember whenever there's a new one that just comes out of nowhere, no one's like, wait, why didn't we ever think of using that troop? I'm just curious if there's anything you think we may run into still at Talent 15.
I mean, I still think just stats-wise, the Super Giants are incredibly strong. I just think like no one really found a really good fitting strategy for it. I think as well, like the synergy between the Super Giant and the Apprentice Warden is quite decent. But yeah, then again, there's other options where like Electro Titans, for example, do a similar thing and being quite successful in that. So I don't know, maybe if you would increase the possible super troop count for you, that would change things up, because then you would have
that would, yeah.
In a lot of different strategies, like this third option for a super troop, and maybe some of those super troops which are actually decent but you can't bring because in 90% of your attacks you need a super wall breaker, right? Like you can't really invest to freeze on turn of 15 to freeze up a multi-inferno tower to get regular wall breakers through a wall. That's just not, I don't know how it works. So either make the super wall breaker the regular wall breaker, or increase the super troop counter to use. Maybe something of that like that would bring more troops even into the meta than we already have.
What I'm waiting for one of these days, I know it's very risky, but is that bowler bounce. Do you remember when Badia did the bowler bounce where got some absolutely crazy value, like through taking out Town Hall? You don't even think you could bowler bounce some storages, which can skip combination of Under the Rage and an Earthquake. The Town Hall will go down. So there's still some craziness out there, but when you do it in this type of stage and you mess up, then you're like, wait, why would you take that risk? Do something that's a lot less risky, where it's not all this pressure on the line, but you know, that's the type of stuff that I love to see. Something you never expect. And I'm just excited to see what's to come in here, because these players are just so good.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things out there which you can do in theory, but because people don't use it that often. I feel like nowadays a lot of those players are just so good at what they're doing because they're doing it in Legends, for example. And a lot of those players have multiple accounts. So let's say you're doing 24 Legend attacks every single day on the highest level. This is just improving your skill as a player just so much, where you can quickly react to certain things. And when you're doing that with like maybe 1 or 2 strategies a lot of times, you're just getting so good at those strategies that you don't have to take the risk of doing something crazy. I think, for example, like something like a clone Super Dragon Blimp could get a lot of value. I have done it, but it's just not consistent. And I feel like you would need to do a lot of practice in that. But then again, it's like not really worth it because people are already doing Queen Jajilalo, which is like for those pros way safer, right? So I think there's a lot of crazy stuff out there which you can try. The clone Super Dragon Blimp, I think maybe clone Super Bowler Blimp, who knows? But I think there's a lot of options, but it's always the question if the risk is worth it.
Yeah, that is the question. Is it worth taking the risk to go for it? You know, sometimes maybe, but most of the time it's not. You got to go for the safer approach. But These players are just so good. We love to watch. We learn these different attack strategies as we are getting ready for the bracket. They're finalizing it so that we can then bring it up and bring you the third and final match here today, as we will then be advancing to the playoffs next weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And then next Sunday, that's when the fourth golden ticket will be given out, and we'll know who will be going to the World Championship later this year. And so you mentioned that United Gaming is potentially one. They started 0-2. So if they're still in this here at 2-2, that means they've turned things around, because they were the #1 team kind of in terms of stats wise on the offensive side and the defensive side, is what you were mentioning. So now if they're still here to have a chance, that would be a really good sign that they've turned things around. But man, it's still anyone's game. And at this point in the competition, with the teams that are still remaining, man, these teams are all going to be really, really good. Anyone can take these matches here, it's.
Yeah, I think we have actually that on both sides. We have United Gaming in the last stage, kind of like of the Swiss stage, with going 0-2. And we have MS Esports. I think they went 2-0 and are now in this stage as well. So we have seen exactly the same as in the last Swiss stage, where we have those two extremes. But I think we're going to throw quickly to a break, and then we're going to jump into the bracket right after. So make sure that you're sticking around. We will see you guys just after this short break. See you in a bit.
Welcome back here as we are now getting ready for the final match today, as we've had some incredible ones over this whole weekend. Because this match is going to be determining the final teams making it to the playoffs next weekend. I'm Carvin, joined here with Itsu. How have you been doing today, Itsu?
I mean, it is a lot of insane matches, so that is going to be quite entertaining to watch. And I think we have one more match to go. So let's just take a look at the bracket and see how things are currently situated with all of those different matchups, because we have 3 more matches to go in this 2-win and 2-loss group. We have MS Esports versus X Team. We have Navi versus Tribe, and ClashMSTRS versus United Gaming. 2 of those teams, you can see it with some really crazy story, because MS Esports went straight up to the 2-win and 0-loss group, and they have now lost twice back-to-back. On the other side, we have United Gaming doing the exact opposite. They went straight to the 0-win and 2-loss group, and now twice back-to-back. So the question now is, can they make it, or are they going to drop out because only the teams who are going to win are getting to the playoffs?
Yeah, we're going to have to focus on their matches right now. And there are 3 matches, but we're only going to be covering one of them. The other 2 matches are going to be happening at the exact same time. The match that we are going to be covering here right now, here on the broadcast, is going to be MS Esports versus X Team Esports. And the other matches will be covered by the community streamers. So if you want to watch those, you can also pull them up and make sure you show the support. Because the match between Navi and Tribe Gaming, that is a match between 2 teams who already have a golden ticket. And if they don't win a golden ticket here, they don't need it. They can't win a second golden ticket. So MS Esports and X Team Esports are going to be really pushing their way, trying to get to the playoff stage. So between these teams here, MS Esports definitely would be one of the favorite ones. So X Team Esports is looking to be pulling up an upset. So let's take a look at the roster here, Itsu, for MS Esports.
We have the roster, which everyone knows: Kingsman, Cynthia, Amulin, Triard, and Ariam. And they so far have done, I mean, they had a really incredible start yesterday to the tournament. But then, well, not the best last 2 matches in this one. So they really have to make sure that they're turning things around, getting this victory to get to the playoffs, because that's what the golden ticket is on the line. And they were one of the favorites of getting this golden ticket and making it to the main stage of the World Championship.
Yeah, MS Esports definitely one of the favorite teams, not only, like you said, to get to the main stage, but to be winning a world championship. And they want to try to keep their hopes alive by winning this match. So that's the MS Esports side. Now, let's go and take a look at maybe the X Team Esports as well, their opponents, because they are going to be looking to take them down. Are they going to be bringing Queen Charge Lalos, Queen Charge Hogs? Well, we've got a really good group, because X Team Esports was in the World Championship. Granted, not all the exact same players, some new faces here on this team, but some of them do have the experience of playing in person, which definitely helps give you an edge when it comes to the pressure, Itsu.
That's exactly, the pressure is such a big deal. And I mean, MS Esports, they are quite familiar with this pressure, as they have already played on the biggest stages, and they finished 3rd last year in the World Championship. So they're veterans, they know what they're doing, and I think, as you said it, they're the clear favorites coming into this one.
Absolutely, they are going to be favored, but we've seen in other matches that the upset can easily happen at Town Hall 15. When one tiny thing goes wrong in attack at Town Hall 15, it is punishing. It can turn it easily from a 1-star or a 3-star into that 1-star and cost you the match. So the pressure's on each one of these players when they got to deliver. Is 12 stars going to be enough? 13 stars going to be enough? We know in these teams, really, 13 may not be enough. You may have to start putting up 14 stars. They're going to hope for the defensive side to be holding strong, but it's really difficult against players that are now here at this stage ready to try to get to the playoffs.
Yeah, I think you have to concentrate on your offense because that's all what you have at the moment, especially with... You cannot really prepare specifically for your opponents at this stage.
Yeah.
It's like really late into the Swiss stage, and with Swiss stages in general, it's always like a little bit randomized of what opponent you're going to get. So you cannot really say, okay, we're going to face versus this team. They like to do queen charges, so let's just place all of those traps against it. And that's something which, well, the defense is going to be maybe a little bit less good, we have to see, but the offense, this is what you have under control, and this is where you have the impact on. So getting those 13, maybe 14 stars would be the magic number in most of those matches to get the win and get to the playoffs.
Absolutely. You got to get those stars. You got to get quite a bit of them to have a chance to be able to get to the playoffs, with the prize pool being $50,000. First place taking home $18,000 and that golden ticket. And here we go with X Team Esports kicking it off. Remember, the winner of this match will be advancing to the playoffs in the next week. So they are really trying to get there. If you lose here, you are eliminated. You are going home. So Zikin is coming in with the E-Dragons. That queen charge to start up to the top side, not doing any sort of recall spell. So letting that queen charge where she may. The E-Dragons are now down.
E-Dragons are now down, and the first couple of lightnings are already looking incredible. The Monolith is getting taken care of really quickly. Some delayed loons to tank some more black mines. The tunnel is getting frozen up. Now it's all about how good he can get through that tunnel. There's no recall spell in the mix this time. Instead, we have more spell support, but the back end is still looking like a big threat to the king and to the Royal Champ. But the big difference on this one is he has not placed his slammer just yet.
Yeah, that slammer is going to come in clutch, but unfortunately, he does lose. No, I was going to say, does he lose his queen? No, the healers are still on the queen, which is huge. The stone slammer is going to pull. Oh, the queen pulls out some rockaloons, but the skeleton is providing the distraction right now, and the Frosty is actually slowing down that air defense so it doesn't hit that stone slammer as fast. And by hanging on to the stone slammer, that's looking like it's doing a lot of work here.
That slammer is doing a lot of work, as you said, with the eagle going down. And there being mainly 2 threats left to those steers. Or let's say 3, because the defending queen is still alive as well. The X-Bow, the scatter shot, and the queen being the big defenses which are alive at this point for Tryhard and maybe having the chance of turning this around. But the queen now coming around with the Royal Champion leading the charge. But now a couple of black mines hitting those healers.
Yeah, and the Frosty, the Diggy can work together in tandem as the Royal Champion makes her way to the defending queen. The Super Dragon is really helping, taking that queen down. Now some race against the clock. E-Dragons are a relatively quick attack, so he's got plenty of time still on the board to run this queen around. My only question is, did that queen, I remember, I looked, let's see, there was one army camp that was to the far left side. Hopefully queen went to go get that, and that's not the last one up, because if we were counting here, we're at 94, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, no, we should be good. The army camp should be down on the far left side as long as the queen can get to the builder hut. But I don't... Oh, wait, she could if she walks around the wall, but I don't know if she's gonna have enough time. No, she goes for that wall.
What?
No. I would... queen.
That queen.
What?
Are you... That is the most stupid wall I have ever seen. I mean, you... What? She could have just walked around the corner. Are you kidding me? That was... I mean... That did not look right. I mean, the queen not walking around that. I could understand if she would have went for the wall trying to target the builder hut. But the scatter shot was just around the corner.
What was she doing? Queen just walked. Like, if he popped the queen ability, I guarantee you that when he popped the queen ability, all the archers would have ran around the wall, and the queen still would have gone for the wall if he had a queen ability there. Like, are you serious? How is the queen going for that wall. She should be walking around it. And the crazy fact that the queen going for walls right now could be costing teams their opportunity to be getting into a playoffs. That is wild. Granted, I don't know if the queen would have had enough time to make her way all the way around to the store, to the builder hut, but I guess we'll never know. But now Cynthia is up, and he's got the Skelly Donut Super Barbarian attack as he's taking out the Ground Expo, the Monolith, and this Clan Castle all together.
And this is really interesting, as we normally see this exact same strategy with the blimp. But this time around, it looks like that he is playing it not with the Super Archer blimp, but instead with the... Wait, is it going to be a sneaky Goblin blimp? We're going to see in just a second, I guess. And it is... No, it's a Yeti blimp. Okay, so he's taking down this entire bottom side. Clan Castle has been taken care of already. And now he has to walk this entire top side with his heroes, with his Super Barbarians, and the Apprentice Warden.
Well, that Warden is now going to join in with the heroes here, as long as he doesn't find any sneaking air mines. He can stay alive. Does get locked down by the Eagle Artillery, which should probably change maybe to the King or something. Yep. As Super Barbarians going into air defense, helping to take that down. Finally, and now he's going to slowly continue his path around as we got a lot of open walls, dropping a wall breaker to help open even more walls leading into this Eagle Artillery.
Yes, the Eagle Artillery has to go down quickly. That's always the problem. I mean, those attacks are not the quickest, and having the Eagle going down early on is a huge thing. The Queen now separating from the remaining troops and going for that multi-inferno tower. Can she save the Apprentice Warden? No, the Apprentice Warden is going down, but take a look at that wall break. That wall break is getting everything back together, opening the wall for the Queen and for the King.
Wow.
This wall break was genius.
What a perfectly planned wall break to allow this Queen and King to now continue their way through. Doesn't have to beat through any walls. He's got the Royal Champion. 15 Super Barbarians still to use. Cynthia, this is not about swagging troops. This man is making it look so easy.
Yeah, he just makes things look easy. The Royal Champ not even deployed.
What?
And I mean... Does he really want to? He really tries to swag it at this point.
He's gonna swag it. He's gonna swag his Royal Champion. Are you serious?
Well,
what?
When you're watching attacks like this, you don't feel that Town of 15.
Oh my gosh! He even made the final buildings invisible to slow it down. Oh. Oh.
Not the smartest move, but hey, it's funny, I guess.
Oh, well, that is really putting a statement on your attack there. He didn't need the spells, he didn't need the time, he didn't need the Raw Champion, and he crushed the base. The power of a Skelly Donut right there. That base going it down. So Cynthia showing us why he's one of the best players in the world. Those Super Barbarians doing work against the base.
Yeah, Super Barbarians are working especially just so good when all of those corners are open and the troops can just leave and enter compartments like it's nothing. You don't need wall breaks. Remember, every single super wall break is 8 housing space, and that is like adding up really quick if you have to bring like 5, 6, 7 of them. So with having those openings, you can reduce the amount of super wall breakers, and this is adding every single time quite a few of those Super Barbarians into the mix. Really good use of the loons with the Warden ability, taking down the entire bottom side. And now we have X Team going in with their next attack, and it's going to be an air attack with a mix of Dragon, Inferno Dragon, and Dragon Riders with a cloned blimp, it seems like.
Well, let's see. The rocket loons at the bottom side did not take a look at how many lightning he had to start. Did he just was not able to take out the multi? Was he too slow or something? Or the question is, did he have 7 lightning to try to take out the eagle? I don't know. I don't think so, because he's got a lot of flowing rages and freezes. But either way, the dragons are down. We've got the blimp coming across with this warden as he pops that ability to protect everything as it makes its way across as the king queen are following behind a golem. as the blimp now makes it to the town hall and gets cloned up to help grab the monolith.
Yeah, the question is always, is that worth it to bring so many spells for that? Because I feel like sometimes with the Dragon Rider or something, even the monolith is going down without the clone. It's a heavy investment, and this Expo staying up around the Eagle is another big problem for the attacker, because Eagle is protected by the Expo, and that's giving him quite some problems, especially with the Unicorn going down.
Yeah, with no Unicorn can they continue to heal this queen. She's taking the damage from the Inferno Tower, but the problem is that Eagle Artillery is still at Pops the King building. They're not even looping around to go for the multi. The World Champion finally comes back, but pulls out that defensive Clan Castle.
Clan Castle, yes, the Hound is really annoying for that Royal Champion. Without having a poison, that Hound is going to cause some really big problems. X team are struggling versus the basis of MS Esports, and especially with the start MS Esports had, they are looking really good in this match. The percentage is not the highest for X team on this one, and just based on percentage, this could get really quickly out of hand for them.
Yeah, unfortunately, a 75% 2-star there, and that's going to really bring it down. Unfortunately, they're going to have to need to get 3 stars from here on out. Depends on what MS Esports does, but if the attacks follow what Cynthia did of not even using the Royal Champion, imagine that if you don't use the Royal Champion and your teammate could then use the Royal Champion, you could get 2 Royal Champions. That would be some crazy stuff if you could start to use the swag of your teammates and start to make other attacks a little bit easier. But that's how this works. But it's just Cynthia made that attack look so easy. Unfortunately, X team could not answer to get a 3-star of their own. So now we have 2 stars here for X team. So they got 4. But MS Esports do have the triple, and they're looking to add more.
Yeah, and I feel like taking over some spells or swag sounds more like the clan capital, which would be actually really funny if you can like save troops for your second attacker. But I mean, you can do that with the spell, so this is at least something you could compare it to. But yeah, as I said, it's not possible in the home village.
Yeah,
that would be kind of crazy. Like if you would save some spells or housing space, you can pass them along to the next attacker. That would be kind of crazy, but that would give another depth to the game, or at least like for the pros. I think that would be kind of funny. But either way, we have now MS Esports going up next, and they want to keep up the pressure, because if they're 3-star yet again, it's already a 2-star lead, and that would be only with 2 attacks in on both of those sides, and that would be a lead which is really hard to overcome from the beginning, and especially with well, how things have went for MS Esports so far would be a big relief for them. And we have Kingsman in with the Queen Charge Hot Rider attack and starting things off.
Oh,
Blimp catching a Black Man right away, actually.
Yeah, with that Blimp now actually landing and making into the scatter shot, lures out a super minion and an ice golem from this defending clan castle. We have the Queen that she's going to path her way to the right. Healers will be deployed, but this Queen should make easy work of the clan castle. No worries here, as that Yeti off to the far right going to help set the funnel to help push this Queen in towards the town hall.
Yeah, we have the Queen. I mean, she's so slow when facing that clan castle. It takes ages for her to get through that, because remember, we don't only have the freeze effect of the ice golems itself, but their attacks itself. They're slowing down the troop or the building which they're attacking, and you can really notice that with the attack speed of your Queen. Right now, he's just trying to force the Queen inside, making sure that she's going directly for the wall of that Inferno Tower. Now, perfect wall break. She should go for the Town Hall, and that invisibility spell was just some next level stuff right there.
Wow, yeah, that allowed the Queen to walk around and back to the Town Hall. Otherwise, she would have walked inside the wall, and she would have went and started going to the Eagle in a completely different direction. That small decision is playing a huge impact here. And now the Queen is pulling the tornado trap, and here comes the Hog straight to the bottom set into the Eagle Artillery.
Right into the Eagle Artillery. Warden now covering most of those Hawk Riders. Are there any spring traps to defend against them? There's the first couple of Hawks flying. You have no more Hawks otherwise going down. And this looks like Hawk Riders are surviving way longer than some of the attacks we have seen so far. And this is a really, really good thing for Kingsman with the scatter shot getting frozen yet again. Queen abilities getting used. Bomb towers going down. And this attack looks beautiful, like another 3-star for MS Esports. The perfect start for them.
Wow, well done, Kingsman, coming around with another freeze. The RC's got ability to skip on through, up and around, and MS Esports adding the 3-star here in this attack. Well done to you. Doesn't need that free spell. We saw Cynthia not needing some spells, not needing a world champion. Kingsman not needing some spells. MS Esports doing some fantastic work here right now.
Yeah, really, really good job by them, and putting up even more pressure on the other side. X team are struggling quite a bit on offense and defense. They can't really impact the defense anymore. The only thing which they can impact is the offense, and they need to start 3-starring. Otherwise, this match is getting out of hands even quicker than it already is. I mean, a 2-star lead after just 2 attacks is a really, really significant one. And, well, let's see what strategy they're going to use and what they're going to try next, because the things they have tried so far has just not worked with the Dragon, Inferno Dragon, Dragon Rider, and the Clone Doom Blimp. It was just not working, and, well, I don't know what is next for them.
Yeah, unfortunately, was not working there. Can X Team Esports turn around? Because at this point, if they don't put up like 13 stars, they're going to have a really hard time, because right now, if MS Esports 2-star out, they'll be at 12. One more triple, they'll be at 13. So you can see how X Team Esports needs to start to 3-star and needs to bring it in their very next attack. But MS Esports brings some really strong attacks. The Hog Riders coming in and really taking the base down, but it was the precision of that invisibility spell. If Kingsman didn't drop it, it would have walked in around the wall and gone the wrong way. But now X Team Esports, Jaga is in, and Itsu, it's your favorite attack strategy in all of Clash of Clans. It's the Queen Charge Recall Super Dragons.
Well, the magical 0% hit rate strategy. Let's see if he can make it work. I mean, I don't know. For now, he's just charging towards the expo. He's trying to create the funnel. The question now is if he's going to use a rage to recall the queen after that. Right now, it just looks like he's going to take some buildings out, create the pathing, and then going to recall the queen after that. No! Instead, he's raging her up, losing the queen ability, and that's never a good thing.
No, it is not a good thing, but let's see what this queen can do here. Freezing the enemy queen and the scatter together. He says it's worth it to grab the enemy queen, grab the scatter shot, and then start the super dragons. And I'm not gonna lie, I have done this attack here before, and when I failed, of course, and then I tried to fix my fail and learn from my mistake, and I learned that when I was able to charge my queen in and grab the scatter shots with the queen, then it works way better. So he did get the scatter shot, but he did have to invest that queen ability. So let's see if it works here now that that scatter shot and enemy queen are down to the top side.
Yeah, that's the important question with the double multi-inferno tower waiting right behind the town hall for those super dragons. The vulnerability has been used now as the town hall is going down. The queen is trying to push everything further inside. The rage towers are now going off, and that's going to be a lot of damage towards that those super dragons. Take a look at that. They're losing HP so quickly, considering they're only attacked by a rage up multi-inferno tower. But both of them are going down, and the back end expos are set to air. So I'm not sure if that's going to work good or bad for him.
Well, he did take out this clan castle, which was clutch here for the super dragons. And now it won't hit his heroes. He's got another rage. This is not looking too bad. The biggest question is time. So you can see how the scatter shots going down from that queen to the far right side is now allowing his heroes and to continue their way through. It's looking like this finally will work. This is the way to do it with the Queen Charge Recall Super Dragons. The King's up, Queen's up, Royal Champion. Finally, we are getting the triple with this attack strategy. And there you go, Itsu. Now we know how you can do it with the Super Dragon Recall.
Let's go. The strategy is now only 1 out of 20. There we go. It's on the... I'm kidding. I don't know how many attacks we have seen so far with it. But hey, the curse is broke. The 3-star is a great job. And next team is maybe back in this. Depending on what MS Esports are doing next, they have to fake quite a bit. And remember as well that the percentages they had so far before this 3-star were not the highest percentages overall. So that is as well an important factor. So as long as MS Esports 2-star attacks, if they do any, as long as they're like around the 90% mark, they should be still looking fine just on the percentage level.
Yeah, so MS Esports, though, can keep bringing up 3-stars, and they control their destiny. They just X Team's got to hope that they fail so that they can start bringing 3-stars to make the comeback. It's going to be very difficult to make a comeback against a team like MS Esports, but, you know, anything is possible at 10 out of 15 when 1-stars can come out of nowhere if you lose your queen in a charge or something like that. As Tryhard is now in here for MS Esports, and he's bringing the early blimp. Gonna go into the clone invis. We're gonna have super minions or a blizzard. It is super minions indeed. Not going for the town hall, but everything around in this compartment here.
Yeah, next invisibility. The Royal Gem is going down. Is the Inferno Tower going down as well? That's the question right now, though. The headhunters are getting targeted. The sweeper is on those super minion, and the last invisibility is giving him even the multi-inferno tower and the rage tower. That was some beautiful value right there. A lot of buildings have been taken care of, and now at this point it is about the heroes. They have to get the tunnel. He's trying to push those heroes in with the super barbarians.
Well done so far. The value is fantastic as his heroes can get to this town hall. Does have 5 headhunters. 2 of them could probably be used on the king to really slow him down. As there's one, is he going to use a second one? No, he just decides one is enough. Since he got the assistance of both the king and the queen to take that defensive king down. So he's going to make his way through. And then he's going to have to start the LaLo either from the top. Yeah, there we go. To move his way up and around. He does have the Warden. The fact that he didn't use a Warden with the blimp now is going to make this attack that much... Wait, was that an accident? That had to have been an accidental Warden ability because he didn't drop any headhunters to run across to the queen there.
Yeah, and with the Rage Up multi-inferno tower without the Warden ability, that might be a bit tricky. The first freeze was great, but take a look at all of the damage those dudes are taking from the Raged Up scatter shot. He has still a backhand with that Monolith, which isn't the biggest threat to Loons in particular, but still it can wreck those heroes which are still trying to support the Loons on the back end. Yes, now the Royal Champion approaching that Monolith next to the Tornado Trap, rotating Loons away. The Diggy should stun the Monolith any second. Carbon, this might still be enough.
Wow, even with an accidental Warden ability, the RC will burn her ability, skip across here, and there you go. Tryhard is going to get this one done. Doesn't even need the Warden in the core of the base to protect everything, as Tryhard comes away with a brilliant 3-star. The super minions getting fantastic value right there.
And especially how he delayed the last invisibility spell was really, really clutch. Like making sure that he's luring that Electro Titan inside the invisibility spell, because otherwise the Titan would have get targeted by the super minions, and then he would have not gotten the multi-inferno tower, and that's what he was going for. So really clever play by him, manipulating the defense around him with what he's turning invisible when he's doing that. So really clutch play, and this means MS Esports are just keeping their lead. Well, we have already said that X Team needs to hope for defenses, but at this point, MS Esports is just not showing any mercy whatsoever.
Indeed, MS Esports keeps the 3-stars rolling, and just like what Tribe Gaming did in the previous match, where they got the perfect war. I don't want to jinx MS Esports there, but they're on pace to continue to do exactly that. But we have some more amazing attacks that are probably going to then come in here, because they need to, in order for X Team Esports to have a chance. Because if you win this match, you move on to the playoffs. But if you lose this match, you are eliminated. This is the last set of matches that are today, and then we will be back next weekend after this match for the playoff stage. We will know all the teams that make it to the playoffs, and that's where the prize pool is going to be distributed. $50,000 for the prize pool, and of course, first place takes home $18,000. But here we go. X Team Esports is now bringing the Queen Charge Hog Riders with a couple super hogs in the mix. We're starting off with this queen off to the right side. She can path her way to this town hall because he's setting a little bit of the funnel for the queen there, while Sneaky Goblin's coming from some storages down south. Let's see if the queen can charge this town hall and get all this value.
Yeah, and especially the Flame Flinger is looking like a lot of value down there. No Expo even near that area, no mortar whatsoever. So I'm not sure if that is going to be baited at some point, but I think so far he did an incredible job of trying to trigger for traps, like scout for traps, trying to take down defenses which could hide some skeleton traps, but so far it's not really happening. This damage on the queen, he has to be super careful, turning her invisible. But wait a second, this means the archers are going for the siege machine.
Yeah, so he drops a poison to try to keep that siege machine alive with a freeze down. He does just clip and take out the monolith. This headhunter is going to clutch up the defensive king. Flame Flinger keeps going, so that poison spell was necessary to help keep that Flame Flinger alive as the hound pops. He could drop a minion, well done, to help take out some of these lava pups. And this queen is going to continue her charge into the town hall, while then the king is now down to the top, so he can send the hogs, the scatter on the right with the Royal Champion.
Yeah, the queen trying her best to get that tower, but there's so much damage. She should be able to do it though. And pointed out, we have the hogs with the Royal Champion approaching that base. The first bomb tower though has been taken care of, which is huge for those hogs. There's the rage now. And you're combining that with the warden ability, and they're going through that core just so quick. Super hog riders are just so strong. With that queen charge going perfectly, it's looking like a really clean attack for X Team, and this might be their second 3-star in this match.
This is what they need. They need the 3-stars to be coming in, and this is a brilliant attack, and he swags some of the spells to answer. You know what, MSC Sports? You don't need some of the spells. I don't need some of my spells. And at that point, imagine if you got some style points for not having to use all your stuff. But there it is. X Team Esports gets a brilliant 3-star with these hog riders.
Yeah, perfectly seeing the weakness of the base with this Flame Flinger value, and then he just was able to clean the town hall with really, really nice spell usage right there. It wasn't easy to keep that queen alive. Like, that looked like a big, big damage area around that town hall with the monolith, the raged up king, and the clan castle, and having then like the quick reaction of using the poison for the clan castle troops for the Flame Flinger was really nicely done. And this giving them the second 3-star. Question though now is, if MS Esports is keep 3-starring, those 3-stars do not matter at all, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's the thing. MSC Sports have been on a roll with their attack, so they just keep that going. They'll be safe. But one slip up is all it could take for X Team Esports to be making the comeback, because they're only down by 1. Well, they're only up by 1, but MSC Sports has used 1 less attack. So if MSC Sports get that 2-star, then it'll be a 1-star differential in this match here. And then anything could be on the table. If we take a look at percentage-wise, we have, if we add about 20, if we had a 3-star to MSC Esports, it will be a 5% differential. So they'll be up by the 5% there. So still, X Team Esports is really hoping for some back-to-back fails to give them a chance to try to make that comeback. But now Arium is next up, and he's got the Super Hogs as well, but it's not a Queen Charge, it's the Skelly Donut here, Itsu.
Yes, indeed, the Skelly Donut to take down the Clan Castle and that Monolith. So far, no shaky hands to misdrop any of those invisibility spells, and he is getting everything he was going for. And he's activating the Town Hall. Not sure just yet if that is a good or a bad thing for him. But either way, Town Hall is activated, the Fern Tower has been taken care of. And now it's all about the heroes.
Yeah, with that queen to the right side behind the giant, gonna make their way through, did activate the defensive rage, and all the Teslas have popped right near, well, not all of them, but a lot of them. Actually, no, they might all be there. There's a couple behind the Expos. So he's gonna maybe even on the other side, since it's probably a symmetrical base here, as the king is gonna try to path his way into the town hall, but these Teslas are gonna really start to shred through this king, especially if there's ground skeleton traps, and there they are right near this town hall to prevent the heroes from taking it down.
Yeah, the king is struggling quite a bit. He has to take down that royal gem and to make sure that, well, his king is not getting lured away from that town hall. King now near the town hall. He's attacking the town hall, which is good news for Ariam. But he had to invest quite a bit to make that happen. Phoenix, can the Phoenix and the king save that town hall? Yes, indeed, it's going down. But the Rage Tower is not going down, and that is going to be an important thing for the back end, maybe? Maybe the Phoenix can somehow make that work. The Hogs have started.
Ooh. Yeah, he is investing heal spells for these Hogs, so he pops the Warden ability. Now, through this section where the multi-target Inferno is getting raised up, as he can then heal again, leading into the bottom tower Scattershot, as his queen is barely still alive. She's running down to the bottom, so the Unicorn can heal her up, as he's making his push into the defensive queen. But these Hogs are dying off. They're getting spun around or getting flung off the riders. But the RC is making it through the enemy queen. Continues her way up and around, but she is going to go down. And we will have a defense that looks like here for X Team Esports. And this is going to give them a hope to try to make that comeback. Because if MS Esports get a 2-star yet again, and X Team Esports keep tripling, then there could be a chance for X Team Esports to make that comeback.
Yeah, the question now is how many more percentage points can they get on this one? The Expo staying alive in the beginning gave him a really big problem, and this is as well the defense which mattered the most on the back end. 88% 2-star it is, and MS Esports now, well, giving them the one defense, but defense is one story of, like, one part of the story. Now X Team, they have to 3-star every single attack to somehow still have a chance in this one.
Yep, they're going to have to get those triples. If they don't, then MS Esports can kind of relax. They go, all right, you know, we can pretty much take it. But it could still go that way. You can see the percentage is relatively close, within 3% there, and it's the 1-star differential. So this is a very critical attack that's going to have to come in, because if we see a 3-star from X Team, that would put them up to a 95%, because every attack is worth 20%. You then add them all together, that gives you the 100. So that's how you can tell kind of the percentage-wise. So if MS Esports get the 100% as well, they would be up at a 98%, which they would win on stars that way anyways. But this is where X Team Esports need to get their 3 stars, or at least this final triple. And here we go. Melee is in. And there it is. Itsu coming in with a super bowler attack.
And with the recall spell as well. I love it already. Let's see what he is trying on this one. He's using the Warden and the Queen, so he's only going to recall his 2 heroes. He's going to let his healers then just get back to the troops, I guess, or get back to the heroes. Wall break has worked. The Queen is keep working. So where does he want to go? Typically, you try to not use... Ooh, there we go. Okay, recall them to the top. Exactly. Typically, you do not try to lure out the clan castle, because in this army composition, you do not want to bring... that is a wild jump spell, because you do not have a poison spell, I want to say, because you're using the Titans, and on this one, it's the exact same.
Yeah, I'm confused at this jump here, as he's gonna have, oh, he just wants to jump straight into here and have the log launcher then open up deeper into the core of this base, as the king is gonna move straight in, but these super bowlers are all gonna walk to the eagle and then continue to walk around, as a triple ice golem CC has been lured out of the defensive clan castle.
Oh no, the bowlers are walking as you said it. The healers are switching as well. And things are not looking good for him. He tried to get them inside, but he placed them, I think, way too far on the left side, or like on the right side. whatever. He did not deploy them correctly, and this means now he is having a super bowler dive on the right side. He has his heroes on the left side. Everything has been flipped, and maybe the Royal Champion can still carry, but the tests on the right side are making things interesting.
He does have a skeleton spell, which he did drop by the Monolith and the Wizard Tower past the Town Hall. Royal Champion does go down. The Queen is stepping into the Town Poison. King is going down slowly. He does have the Phoenix, so he'll come back to life right there, securing the Monolith. And now it's a race against the clock, which he doesn't have too much cleanup. He does have a couple party wizards, but pretty much you look at anywhere in the space, there's defenses covering every single building, so those party wizards won't really be able to get much.
Yeah, they're not getting all the buildings out, and this is well, pretty much GG for X Team, as long as MS Esports are getting, well, a 2-star, which should be possible. Let's be honest, that should be possible.
Yep.
But in 20 seconds, I just don't see it happening, that this being a 3-star. Even with the Queen ability, she cannot reach the Expo, and we know how much she likes to attack those walls.
Yeah, that Queen is not going to have any chance there, as Melly's going to get just the 89% 2-star there. Puts them to the, 12 stars? So now MS Esports just need a 2-star to go up to 13 to win this match right here.
That's right. Things looking really good for MS Esports, and we have said that earlier. I mean, they were one of the first teams to get to this 2-win, 0-losses stage, and they are a favorite for the golden ticket for this tournament, but they had just 2 rough last 2 matches, and they're trying to turn things around. With a 2-star, they would secure their spot in the playoffs. They guaranteed share of prize pool and chance at the golden ticket. This is what is on the line with this next attack. 2-star to win the match.
That's it, right? You can do that. 2 stars and you're moving on to the playoff stage and have your chance at the golden ticket. Well, here we go. Amualin is in to close it out, and we've got ourselves an early bat spell to distract the air defense, and the blimp is coming on in to help grab this town hall. And then we'll have a LaLo, as he's going to have 1 earthquake, 1 lightning spell as well. Now that's an interesting use case here. What is he going to use the 1 lightning spell for?
The lightning spell could be for headhunters, maybe. But he has an earthquake as well. So is there something you can take to... Is that a Royal Champion trick, maybe?
Uh-oh. Is there? Hang on. It might do it. Okay. The RC is already used up top.
Inferno Tower?
Gonna go in. Yeah. Is he gonna try to, like, RC trick the Inferno Tower and skip through? We have not seen that in forever. What was it? Like, Talent 13 is when we were starting to see it, I believe. And it was X Team Esports that we saw from, was it not?
I'm not sure where exactly we saw it the first time, but there it is. Right? No! It's not going for the multi-Inferno Tower, and the Earthquake and Lightning investment was not paying off. The Inferno Tower left standing, the Sweepers left standing, and this is a problem.
Yeah, he wanted to have it skip through it, but it came backwards, unfortunately. Oh no, it wasn't. I believe, if I remember, it might have been HT Family that we saw it from first. But as we have the LaLo with this Warden flying around with that early Warden build, he doesn't have to worry about the Eagle artillery shots because that Eagle is gone. But the multi-target Inferno is going to be here waiting for the balloons coming through. He still has 4 more balloons and an Invis, as he is flying his way through, but pulling the red air bombs, losing these loons fast.
Turning his Warden invisible to keep him alive. The Hound is now tanking that Monolith. More loons are reinforcing from the chop side. Something has lured the... Wait, there's a Hall Rider now, luring that Ice Golem to the bottom side. The Warden has went down. It looks like more like a defense. But hey, they needed the 2-star, okay? So he does not need to be... yeah, he can't be happy because he just did all what was needed. A 2-star to win this match, and there's 13 stars for MS Esports.
Yeah, 2 stars, all he needed to focus on, and Amualan gets that done right there, which means that MS Esports are going to go up to 13 stars, and they are going to win on stars and advance to the playoff stage and be that much closer to trying to get a golden ticket. And unfortunately, X Team Esports are going to be falling short here, and this is not going to be their match here. Very nice try to them. Well done to MS Esports in this match here.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's still the chance. There's 4 more golden tickets later this year, which are given away. So every team which is dropping out of the Swiss stage still has 1 more chance of making it to the World Championship. And even MS Esports, for them, it's not guaranteed of making it to the World Finals. It's still the playoff stage for next weekend, which they have to still, well, get the first or maybe second seed, depending on how Na'Vi and Tribe are finishing. But I think right now it looks like a really one-sided match for Na'Vi. So, well, if Na'Vi is getting first, you might be able to finish second and still get a golden ticket then in the playoff stage.
Oh, do you know what the score is for the Na'Vi Tribe? Does it say the score? If you're looking at anything?
It's like right now 9-9, but Tribe has 1 more attack. So it's 4 attacks for Tribe and 3 attacks for Na'Vi. And I think Stars is attacking right now. And, well, it's Stars, so it's a 3-star. So it's 9-12 with both teams having 4 attacks. So, yeah, that match is kind of over.
It's looking like Na'Vi is going to then advance as well, if that's the case. And then we had 1 more match, which was ClashMSTRS versus United Gaming. We'll bring that up as well. But let's take a look at the match stats and recap this one that we just saw here. For X Team Esports, we do have the 2 triples that did come in. And hey, Itsu, we had the Super Dragon Recall triple. Finally, it ended up working this weekend.
That's right. We had the 3-star happening. But for MS Esports, we just had more 3-stars happening. Remember the incredible attack of Cynthia with swagging the Roy champion with that mass Super Barbarian attack. And, well, this team delivered really nicely as well with having an average 90% 2-star, like for all of those 2 stars, 90% average hit rate. So nicely done to them, getting their spot in the playoffs. And I'm just looking again on my other screen and seeing ClashMSTRS versus United Gaming. It cannot get any closer. It's right now the last attack happening for ClashMSTRS. It's 13-10, but they have the percentage lead if they're 3-stars. So the 3-star, and they're going to get to the playoffs. A 2-star, and they're out. Sedinho has to do the last attack for ClashMSTRS, and there's a lot on the line for them, as this is last chance for this current tournament.
Yeah, they got to go all out for it, and good luck to Celino if he can get that 3-star. But in this match, we got the live now. There's the stats down. You can see on the screen for the Clash Champs and United Gaming match. 13-10, like you mentioned, the 95. Yeah, so they need the 3-star to put them to a 96% for the victory. So we'll keep our eye on that when the final score tallies in. But MS Esports has advanced. So if we think about the teams that are in, we know that we have Strut and Repotted. They were advancing from yesterday. So they went 3-0. They didn't have to play today. Then I believe we also have Chasmac Gaming EA, I believe. Did they win? Did United Gaming GS also take care? Or did they go down? I guess we'll see the bracket. Okay, Chasmac Gaming EA
won versus Na'Vi.
Okay, so then they advanced because I think they got like 14 stars against Na'Vi, so they did really, really well. So they'll be in the playoffs as well. We'll bring up the bracket in just a bit once it's finalized, but was there anything that over this whole weekend here, Itsu, that surprised you? I mean, to me, it was your favorite attack, you know, how good it was, the Queen Charge Recall Super Dragons. I was surprised at how many people brought those attacks and failed, right? They just kept bringing and bringing. Finally, we did get that triple, but man, that was just shocking. Was there anything that surprised you this weekend here, Itsu?
Yeah, I mean, I'm memeing already a little bit with like the Super Dragon attack strategy. I still think it's like pretty decent. I just think it's always surprising with like how many people like to run it, with the success rate not being as high as some of the other strategies. It always feels like you don't really have a better plan onto that base and just like go for a really solid percentage 2-star with having the chances of 3 stars. That's kind of like how this strategy sometimes feels to me. But by the way, I have the update on the. Wait a second. It's pretty much a 99.9% 2-star attack, and this means ClashMSTRS is out. And this means United Gaming has won their match with little to no percentage higher than their opponent, but the 1-star lead. So it was another really close match, but this means United Gaming is going to be one of the other teams which are making it to the playoff stage. I think we're going to take a look at the bracket in just a second, but overall, I think the one thing that excites me, which is always in Tournament 15 with the last changes, is how many different strategies we see. I mean, that's always impresses me, and that anything can happen. I mean, we have seen teams where they just need to go for a 2-star and they 1-star in the end. Some teams, they surprisingly like completely throw an attack, so that is pretty crazy. But let's just take a look quick at the stats of the match between United Gaming and ClashMSTRS, which we just somewhat indirectly witnessed. So we see all of the attacks right here. The 98, like there was literally the one building had a Luna top of it, which was like 99% of the last building. There was a queen with a water next to it, so it would have been one more second and Selenia would have gotten the 3-star and would have gotten ClashMSTRS to the next stage. So yeah, that was unfortunate.
How close was that? Insane. And then we were seeing 3 stars from Fluxy, Agent, and Stana getting it done. And hey, Graticus getting a 95. He fell short, but Achilles the 78. It did not cost them there, as they did win on the star count there. So congrats, United Gaming. I guess the storyline here was they went 0-2 yesterday, and then they won 3 in a row to get into the playoffs. So well done to them. Wow, so we have now in the 2-2 bracket, we had now Esports winning and advancing, Navi ended up winning and advancing, and the United Gaming winning and advancing. So if we look at this here, the total teams that are going into the playoffs include Strut, Repotted, United Gaming GS, Inquisition, Navi, Chasmat Gaming EA, and United Gaming as well. So there's 2 different United Gaming teams in here. Wow. So these are going to be some really good matches to come in the playoffs for this ClashMSTRS.
I think it's kind of funny that we have already Navi as set winner here, because fun fact, the match is not finished. It's like Navi can just swag an entire attack because Tribe got 11 stars with 5 attacks, and Navi got 12 stars with 4 attacks, and Klaus is still attacking. So it's kind of funny that we can already say, okay, Navi won this, even though we're still waiting for the last attack. But overall, impressive performance by Navi, well deserved, getting to the playoffs. And then, as we said, since they have already the golden ticket, they cannot get another one, a second golden ticket. So if they might finish first in the playoffs next week, whoever is finishing second is going to get the golden ticket right there. So that is something really important to note.
And that's kind of how it was with Tribe, right? When Tribe got their golden ticket, it was really a question of like, okay, Navi's here going up against Navi and then making their way through. So Tribe was able to get the golden ticket in their tournament, but now Tribe was unfortunately not able to make it to the playoff stage because they got paired up with Navi and Navi took them out. So we have seen some incredible matches. It's been an awesome weekend so far, and next weekend is going to be even better for the playoff stage because we're going to be giving away a golden ticket and $18,000 for first place on Sunday. Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be at 12 UTC, so you guys do not want to miss that. But wow, Itsu, do you have any closing remarks here before we close this one out?
I mean, I'm just gonna wait for all of the attack strategies we're going to witness, what the bases are going to look like. I think right now there's like this anti-3-star style base coming back as well a little bit for some of those teams. So maybe some more of those bases which have worked greater. It's going to be an exciting Clash weekend back to back after this one. and seeing then the top teams fighting out for the 4th golden ticket of this year and making sure that they get some prize money as well.
Yeah, because make sure you guys buckle up for Saturday because it's going to be an action-packed day. Because yesterday was 4 matches. Today was 3 matches. Saturday, it's going to be roughly around like 8 or so matches. It's going to be a lot. So there's going to be a lot of matches to come over Saturday and Sunday. So make sure you're ready to watch them and enjoy it. So again, thank you to the production, to Supercell, to the players, and everyone watching at home. Of course, my co-caster, Itsu. I'll be seeing you guys all next weekend. Hopefully you guys tune in at 12 UTC. Till then, Clash on.